Hello, everyone who's in here. Okay, we're back. Okay, I think they're just doing the servers in a way so that people don't crash during it and miss out on cosmetics or whatever. Um, the stage event is on the Discord, but make sure to be both in game and on the Discord. In the stage event, also. That's a caveat.
Are
Hello.
you wiped?
Yes, I am.
Have you been telling people they need to make sure their Discord account is linked to the Minecraft server or you won't
Yes.
get the free item? That's what I've been trying to tell people because it's been confirmed by the admin team. Anyone, if you have your Discord account linked to your Minecraft account and in the stage event Discord room, everyone will be getting an item similar to the Orbit plushie that will have your name on the item. It'll be a decoration, and the date of the stage event is a memento to thank you for coming for the stage event.
Yeah.
If you do not have it linked, you will not get it. And I have been confirmed by admins that they are making sure if you are trying to get extra ones with ult, you will lose your item, and your ult will lose your item. And if you get the Cosmo Cape on an ult, you will have it removed. They are making down sure for ults will not get extra, will get items extra from other people. If they find that you've got ults getting extra items, you will lose your item.
If you don't have Discord, it's an unfortunate thing. If you're under 13, don't have a Discord, banned from the Discord, you just sort of miss out, which is really
Yeah.
unfortunate.
But it's this the only way they can do it with. They can make sure that bots aren't going to get it.
Mm.
So the moderation team are literally their jobs for the event is literally making sure double checking accounts that have won stuff that they're actually legit players.
That's good.
Yes, it shows up on your player rank.
Oh my goodness. I think that behind the scenes, Michael is like messing with the
Oh
servers
yeah,
to
no,
make
I
them
know
more
he's
optimized.
he's. I made the hub lag. I got 50 people to all clap.
Huh.
Well, I'm gonna go back into the room.
All good.
Have a good stream.
Will do. You too. Okay, so yes, High Step Pro as well. If you want to get the item, whatever it ends up being, you make sure you are in the Discord. We don't know what it is, but it's something, and you don't want to miss out. If you're here and you do have a Discord, you do want to be in there. It sucks if you're banned from the Discord, or I think it sucks even more if you're not old enough to have a Discord account, or um, unable to have a Discord account because of your country. But yeah, try your best to be in there. Okay, Dev, there's a stage event thing happening. Where basically in the Discord there's like a stage event, and they're gonna be talking about Origin Realms, like the future and all this sort of stuff. Will it still be here in game? What do you mean? Will what still be here, Melissa? If you guys are hyped for the stage event, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, there won't be a lot of I won't be doing a lot of talking during the stage event because I don't want to cut them off. Obviously, they can't hear me, but I want you guys to have the best experience as possible. Because I'm mainly doing this for people who don't have Discord or whatever, so that they can get the information as it's happening and still engage in the conversation and whatever. He's asking if the event. Oh, the event is in the Discord. It's purely a Discord event. They might like push an update or something. Like they might release 119, for example. But and that content obviously won't be locked behind being in the Discord. But like the discussion and everything is going to be happening in the Discord. There's about 10 minutes left. Make sure that if you do have a Discord account, that your Minecraft and Discord account are linked and that you're in the stage event. And also, if you guys are excited for this stage event happening, please like the stream to help the channel out. Like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out. There's no way people actually join the server for the stage event. Yeah, it's actually nuts how many people are on the server right now. Like, what is there? They're probably gonna hit 1,000 players during this. It wouldn't surprise me. It's the first stage event in ages. They're gonna be doing a lot of announcements. Do you need to be in the event channel? You need to be in the event channel. You need to be linked, and you need to be in the stage event. The reason I'm not in the stage event just yet is because I'm just waiting. Like, I'll wait till like 5 minutes beforehand, just in case any creators or admins or anyone want to join the voice and say anything. I don't know why they would, but yeah. So yes, make sure that if you want to get whatever the items are, that your Discord account is linked. What was that about? If creators want to, basically, if you just want to join the voice before it starts in like a couple of minutes. But hi, Captonium, how are you? You gonna be streaming, or is it like bad time for you? Because yeah, I know that it's a bad time. No, just vibing. Fair enough. Make sure to be in the stage event, and make sure your account's linked as well. I'd hate for a creator to miss out on the trophy item or whatever. Because you don't have to be on the server. I'm just on the server as well, because, you know, it helps. If something happens on the server, like it updates or whatever, it helps. Oh, there we go. Yeah. 8 minute or T minus 8 minutes till the stage event happens. Yeah, the server's having a panic attack because it hasn't had this many people in a really, really long time. It wouldn't surprise me if they hit the server cap, by the way, because everyone's like insanely, insanely excited for, you know, the stage event. You know, I will just, how long's left? Let me just check how many people are in the stage event. 350 people. Oh my god. That's why I'm not logging on. Fair enough. Okay, be right back. Okay, see you in a little bit. Oh, Michael the Goat. Michael the Goat. Realm TP. That's such a dumb idea. I should have dealt with this earlier. Why aren't you moving around? Because they're moving the server. They're like basically messing with the servers. It's the easiest way to like say what's going on. Sorry if you can't hear me. My cat's in front of my microphone, so I can't like, or in front of my screen, and I'm trying to put stuff away. Move, Aaron. Come on. Go up to your bed. Don't do. Yeah, good boy. Good boy. Go on. I'll help you up. I'll help you up. Okay, or not, because you don't actually care. Okay, there we go. Cato moment, for real. Okay, let me head back to spawn. Hopefully I can get back there. Want to vibe with people. So yeah, just a couple of things. I'm not going to be doing much talking during the event. During the stage event, because I don't want to ruin it for people. I am doing this for people who don't have Discord, and I don't want to talk over something, miss something. I'm also going to be probably uploading, or yeah, like recording and then uploading the entire thing and just titling it like Origin Realm stage event, no commentary, or something like that. For people who want to go back and look over it, because it's going to most likely contain quite a lot. And yeah. Oh yeah, servers have been updated. Like, the amount of players I can see or whatever is a lot smaller. OR News may do that. Yeah. The reason I say that is because OR News hasn't done anything actually done anything in like a year. So I would rather there guaranteed be one, than, you know, like I'll record it anyway. Probably will if I record it for them. I did it for the first one. Yeah, but what's the chances Yeti actually follows through on it and does it? You know? I'm on the team, so I might as well. Yeah, might as well. I don't know. Just don't want to, like... I don't know. I'll end up recording mine anyway, because it doesn't really matter. But yeah. I'll be back in just a couple of moments. Let me join Creator Lounge. And then mute. So yeah, I will be back in just a couple minutes. Just have to take off a face mask that I did just before this, and then I will be back. So see you guys in just a little bit. What is up? Damn it. Nah, okay. I am back. Thank you all for waiting. So, yes, I know I didn't mute, by the way, Jay. Nothing happened. All good. If you guys just want to mute the stream, but you just want to be in here to support me, that's totally fine. Once again, I am mainly just putting this on to help out people who don't have access to Discord or whatever, because I know that there's quite a few people who don't, and who are still interested in Origin Realms. So, yeah, that's basically why I'm putting it on. I have Discord, but I don't know what to do. Okay, so... Okay, so... Join the Origin Realms Discord. See you guys. Let me go here, invite people, copy, here, join this, join this, join this, and slash Discord in game. Here, replace pinned message. Make sure you guys are doing that. Okay, stage event starting in 1 minute. I'm gonna leave Creator Lounge, join the stage event.
Some of the other admins, so I'm just gonna quickly figure out how to make that a thing. What do I need to be doing?
Yo.
Oh, okay. Have access.
Yep. Howdy. It's me.
OMG.
From the dead.
It's System Z, guys.
Oh.
Okay, once
No,
they
I'm not
actually
him.
start doing proper stuff, I'm gonna just shut up
My name's
so that
System
people can
G.
listen.
It's kind of
As
cool.
in, or no, sorry, System D's.
Oh.
There's a lot of people here. So
Yeah, thank you everyone for showing up. I'm gonna kind of just leave it a few minutes, let everyone trickle in. But you know, as per usual, I really appreciate the turnout. We've got a lot of really important stuff to talk about today. Some things that are a little bit more confronting, and we really want this stage event to be quite transparent, but also lots of cool stuff to share as well. I'm not going to try and keep you all too long. I don't know how long these things normally go for. At least I don't really remember. I think we try to keep it within like 45
We did
minutes or
go
so.
around an hour, I think.
Yeah,
An hour,
something along
45
those
minutes.
lines. I'll
That
try to
sounds
keep it in
alright.
45 minutes.
Also, good evening, everyone.
We'll wait a few more minutes. Let everyone trickle in. I see there's still a few people joining. I do want to make it very clear because I feel like there's been maybe a miscommunication. I probably could have made it more obvious. The stage event is not happening in the actual stage at Origin Isles. There's like a grand total of 600 people crowded around the stage at Origin Isles, and I'm sure you can tell that it's not going down very well.
dang it.
Although, cool idea. I
Going
mean,
down
maybe
well.
for the next one, we'll try to get some kind of like live integration. You know, maybe we'll I know what you guys would all like. Let's spend the entire next year developing a system where we can motion track to gestures, and
There you go.
I'll motion track the
just
whole
worried
thing
'cause some
live in
goodly
real
influence.
time on the stage.
We'll hack an Xbox Connect.
No,
and
the
do
likelihood
it
of
that
you
way.
losing items
Yes.
if you logged
There you
in
go.
would be
But unfortunately, that doesn't mean
monumentally
that we're not going to be making any content over the next year.
Just so that we can have a stage next year that explains the content we've got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would be really cool, though.
It would be. I'm sure Paul could do it in a day.
And I could do Fortnite dances for everyone.
Dude, that'd be great.
Alrighty. It's been a few minutes, so I think we'll just start right into it. That way
Here we
don't
go,
waste too
guys.
much
Okay, I'm
time.
not going to do much talking after
For those
this.
that have just joined, there's been about an extra 100 people since we kind of opened this thing up. Once again, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Try not to keep you all for too long. And just to clarify, nothing is happening in the server, so you don't have to be online. There's not going to be some grand thing happening. In fact, as a result of some people thinking that the stage was happening in game, everything's kind of melting down anyway. We have people working on that as we speak, but you know, if you're waiting for something magical to happen, I'll kind of manage those expectations now and let you know that that won't be the case. There is a stage event text channel. It does have a slowdown as far as I'm concerned, but feel free to chat in there while we're
30 seconds.
talking. Yeah, 30 seconds. Because you know it will get flooded if everyone's able to just spam it. Yeah, I'll be reading off a list as well. I know that can come across a little less organic, but there's a lot to cover, and we wanted to make sure that we we get all the information on the table. So if I have to stop and pause to kind of check the list off or anything, don't mind me, and I'll try to make it as unboring as possible. So yeah, I think to start off, we really wanted to kind of spend the first section of this stage talking about past challenges and just a little bit of transparency in general. That's the kind of theme going forward. There's no denying the fact that Origin Realms has had an incredibly interesting year last year. 2022 had its highs and its lows. I would say the first half of the year in particular was something that we're incredibly proud of. When it comes to the second half of the year, we still look back and we're proud of the things that we made, and we think the quality of the things that we did produce was really good, but it wasn't specifically the things that we needed to be doing. And we're very aware of that fact. We understand that, we, over the course of 2 years of development, have done a lot of stuff. We've made a lot of people happy, but we've also, we've lost the trust of some people. Like I said, we're very aware of that fact, and I guess now we're just trying to figure out how we can manage expectations and create the experience that you're all wanting. The common theme moving forward is really, we can get caught up on the details, and we want to make sure that that isn't the case moving forward. So in 2022, there's no denying the fact that the largest hurdle we faced was dungeons. We realized this wasn't the kind of content we like to make, and that made producing it really, really difficult. It's such a complex system, and there's so many moving pieces, and in order to create a good dungeons experience, it's really a full-time job. And there's reasons that some of these popular dungeon games, that's all they do, right? Because they don't have an entire other game to make on the side of that. We as a team have incredibly high standards. We like to create the best content, and creating the best dungeon experience, that was like a whole game of its own. And it just wasn't viable. It wasn't viable with the team size that we had. Even even if that was our only responsibility, we needed a larger team. That's something that we need to address anyway. But just generally speaking, like, it's impossible to make that kind of content alongside like a complete game without being like a $1 billion AAA game studio, and that led to many members of the team feeling really burnt out, and that was kind of our biggest challenge last year. Every time we managed to escape the grind of dungeons and take a week or two to work on an event or produce some smaller content, we got a surge of inspiration, a surge of motivation to move forward, and then we were suddenly hit with the fact that we needed to work on dungeons again, and it was this constant cycle of us just being really unhappy working on Origin Realms. And the reality is, it was all in an effort to make the community happy. We made some promises, and we really wanted to keep them, and that was our objective. But in pursuit of that, we kind of lost ourselves as a team, and we lost focus of what we actually enjoy doing. And if Origin Realms starts to feel like a chore, it's the quality of what we're producing really starts to show that. So that was really the largest hurdle we faced last year. And as a result of that, the burnout that we faced from dungeons and from some other, grindy systems that we'll talk a bit more about, over the course of the hour, that led to us feeling like we weren't capable of doing Origin Realms on our own. And we started to look into alternatives of how we can have, outside sources come and help us out, or potentially hand off a lot of the workload to a team that was capable. We'll talk more about that as well, and the fact that that isn't the right move forward. But, I want to be completely honest and clear about where our minds were, so you can start to piece together what we might have been thinking over the second half of last year. And I want to be clear, we understand that it wasn't healthy for us to hide the truth, but it's also really hard to be honest to a community of people that you really, really, really appreciate and have strong feel. Like, we love Origin Realms. It's our child, and that made it even harder to just be honest about our shortcomings. So we want to address the transparency and the honesty this year as well, and that's kind of at the forefront of the new charge. But I wanted to clarify that as well. So during this time of considering the future of Origin Realms, development obviously slowed down significantly. It's hard to motivate yourself to continue working towards your goals and grinding and ultimately doing something that you don't enjoy, i.e. dungeons, when you're midway considering whether or not you're even capable of being a part of it at all. It made us second guess our place here, and that was a massive part of the burnout as well. And just generally made things significantly worse for us. So that was kind of, I think that generally sums up our mindset over the course of the second half of last year, the challenges we've been facing. There's plenty more stuff, of course. It's a big operation, and it requires a lot of people. It requires a lot of just man hours in general. But I think generally speaking, that sums up our largest challenges. I want to clarify. We have a plan to move forward, and we're really, really excited. But that's where we have been, and that will lead into where we're going. Before we talk about the steps forward, how we're going to rectify the situation, what we're going to do to make things better, and some of the things that we're excited for this year, I also want to spend 5 minutes talking about something else, which some of you may have kind of, seen over the past week. There are a small group of Origin Realms team members that do work on other projects in general. Many of us have our own side projects, passion projects. We work for other teams and so forth. There is one specific project that a small group of us have been hired to work on, called Starfall. That project did go public early this week, and there's been concern surrounding it. I didn't want to focus on that in this stage because this is specifically an Origin Realms thing, but I do think it's worth clarifying because of how many questions there have been, and we really want to reassure you that that isn't a concern. So Starfall is a project that isn't it's not associated with Origin Realms, Piston Solutions, and our team in general. We don't own Starfall. A group of people from Origin Realms were hired to work for a game studio that is producing a project inside of Minecraft. It's an MMORPG. It's completely different to what Origin Realms is, and that has been something that a lot of us have been working on for quite a few months, a good chunk of 2022. And work over there has been slow at times, quick at times. It's generally just been something that we've been chipping away at, but we have gone public this week. There's been some concern surrounding the fact that, it feels like Origin Realms is being abandoned and so forth. We just want to clarify that that isn't the case. The fact that we have been working on Starfall for quite some time, or at least the people that are doing stuff over there, it does prove the fact that we can do both. We haven't necessarily been pumping out a lot of like actual content on Origin Realms, but that isn't as a result of Starfall, and I want to make that very clear as well. That is a result of the things that I just discussed surrounding dungeons and burnout and all that kind of stuff. We know that we have time for more than one project. That isn't a concern for us. We wouldn't have ever taken on more responsibility if we knew we couldn't maintain it. For a lot of us, this is our life. This is what we do full time, but full time extends beyond 40 hours a week, like a regular desk job. We do this out of passion. A lot of us are sitting at our desks for 14 hours a day. We have more than enough time to do more than one thing, and particularly for Starfall, there's a reason we would have ever even considered accepting another role, and it has to offer something different. We strongly believe in innovation and pushing the limits, and Starfall attacks some very different problems in the community, and it has different challenges that are separate from Origin Realms, and they really don't collide. Starfall is a completely modded experience. It's not vanilla Minecraft. It isn't the same style of content as Origin Realms, and it has its own reasons for being incredibly important. Over at Origin Realms, we want to push the base game as far as we possibly can. We want to add to it in the sense that we want to add the kind of content that Mojang would, or at least we believe Mojang would. We want it to be essentially, the vision for Origin Realms was to be Minecraft 2.0. For Starfall, the objective over there is how can we essentially create something that is as close as possible to like a AAA game, its own game, using Minecraft as a just as a base. So just completely different objectives, and I wanted to make that clear. Origin Realms, I'm sure many of you are aware, started its own kind of wave over the last 3 years, 2 years of development. We're really proud of the fact that we're seeing inspiration from Origin Realms all through the Minecraft server community now. We really feel like we were part of a wave within the Minecraft multiplayer scene, and we're eager to push that further when it comes to Starfall, but outside of vanilla Java Minecraft. That's really all I'll talk about that. I just wanted to reassure you all that it's not a problem. We have massive plans for Origin Realms this year. We're going to be doing, cool stuff over there as well, but they don't collide, and it's not something that will affect our ability to make amazing things here, and it doesn't affect our drive to make amazing things here because we have completely separate objectives across the two projects. And I'm not keeping an eye on the text channel, by the way, so if there's questions or concerns, one of the other admins can tag me or whatever. So yeah, with that out of the way, our kind of shortcomings last year and Starfall, which is a concern that people have had this week. Now that stuff's moved out of the way, we can start to talk about the steps forward and what we have planned this year to make it drastically different from last year. So on the tail end of discussing, can we hand off the project to a more capable team and all that kind of stuff, there's been months and months of reflection upon that kind of stuff, and we've come to understand how important Origin Realms really is to us and to this community, and also just to the Minecraft community in general. We aren't. I don't want anyone to get the idea that we have a massive ego or anything like that. It's not the case, but we are constantly reached out to it and told that how appreciative people are of Origin Realms and what it means to the community, and that's really important to us as well. We do, when we work on Origin Realms, it feels like we're doing something special and something important, and we really couldn't bring ourselves to not be a part of that. So yeah, we moving forward, we really just believe that Origin Realms belongs in our hands, and we're so incredibly excited to get back into it and kind of complete the vision. So this year we're going to be putting significantly more focus on doing the things we actually enjoy as a team, and not worrying so much about the things that we think need to be done for a good game, or getting caught up on the details. We're just going to focus on having fun, creating amazing content, and maintaining that fun, because as soon as the fun goes away, it becomes really hard to push ourselves to innovate and to create amazing things. So if we're just going to be more honest with ourselves this year. If we get to a point where something feels like it's not right, or we can't maintain it, or we aren't interested in something anymore, we're just gonna be honest about that, and we'll change the plan. We're not gonna hold ourselves to things that we've said and drive ourselves insane in the process. Now that comes alongside also just not making promises that we can't keep. It's really hard in a position like this where you wake up one day and you've got this grand plan and everything's mapped out and it all seems perfect, and you feel like, of course we can go out and say that we're going to have this done in 6 months' time. It seems so realistic, and then it just doesn't happen. We have faced that so many times constantly, and I'm sure it's really frustrating for you all. It's more frustrating for us, I promise. It makes us feel awful, and then that almost drives that desire to keep pushing, keep working on something, even though you're not enjoying it, because you want to keep that promise. We're not going to be doing that anymore. We're just going to make the things that we love making, and I think that will show, because Origin Realms will feel like we enjoy it. You'll see stuff happening constantly. You'll have amazing things to look forward to, and as long as we're enjoying it, then I'm sure you'll all be enjoying it more as well. So, with that in mind, the team's made a pretty conscious decision to stay clear of just grind heavy systems and content that requires us to continually add and expand upon, like, indefinitely. An example of this, are things like badges, dungeons, these are systems that you make once and then you kind of need to always add to them. Otherwise, things just start to feel super boring and especially with dungeons, right? Like one dungeon isn't enough. And if one dungeon takes us 3 months to produce and Origin ROMs, in order to feel like a good game, needs 15, we're just locking ourselves into years worth of making dungeons and never having any time to do anything else. So, and that's purely as a result of how complex the system is and how we strive for greatness. So we're really just going to be focusing on how can we scope this out in a way that makes sense and allows us to produce on a yearly basis like a wide range of different things. We can't be spending 3 months making one single update. And normally it's, like I said, it's our fault that things take that long because we care about the animations, we care about the cutscenes, we care about the interactive puzzles and all that kind of stuff. But for you all, like the people that are actually playing the game, you care about killing the boss and getting the loot and taking it back to your realm and having fun and doing, having that fun multiple times. Dungeons is a very like one and done kind of thing. The best experience in the dungeons that we've been creating is the first time you play it. From that point on, you just start to feel like you're doing the same quest over and over again. You want the loot, but you're going through the cutscenes and all that kind of stuff. We want to make content that takes us less time to produce and is just more replayable for all of you. And you, in the end of the day, you get the same things out of it, the things that you really want. So, that really covers dungeons and then badges as well. Once again, like these grind heavy systems, it's easy to kind of fall into the trap of thinking that they're super important, but that's just not what Origin ROMs strives to be. There's no shame in being a server that is super grind heavy. I'm sure we all know the kinds of servers out there that are. They're very popular. Some people love that kind of stuff. But the people that play on Origin Realms, it's pretty common feedback that that's not the kind of stuff that they want to do. They don't want to go out and, constantly do the same task for 12 hours straight just to level up. Like, and we don't even have fun creating that content. I think it is just really, really easy to get caught up on the fact that you feel like that stuff is necessary because every game has it. But if you all don't enjoy doing it and we don't enjoy creating it, then it's very clear that just isn't right for Origin ROMs. So that kind of covers that, and now I guess we can talk about how we want to rectify it, what we want to change. There are, I'm sure you've gathered by now, there's some big changes coming, but I think you'll enjoy it, and I think it makes sense. And the reality is, if you have been, itching for Origin ROMs to be this like really grindy MMO style game, and that's what you're looking forward to, maybe you'll just get to the point where you realize that this isn't quite for you, and that's totally fine as well. Like we appreciate the support up until this point, and if any of you feel like moving forward with the new plans and with this stage event in mind and the things that we're going to talk about, it's Origin ROMs isn't what you want it to be, then that's totally fine too, and we accept that fact. So badges and dungeons are, I think, the focus now of the main things that we're unhappy with. And we want to talk about what we want to do to change that. So this is where I'm going to kind of pass off the mic a little bit. You'll hear from me again in a short while, but Robot in particular is going to talk a little bit about badges and what we don't like about it, what we want to change, what we are going to change. There's no mention of when these changes are going to happen, but they're on the horizon for us, and it won't be long until you see this kind of stuff put in place. So, Robo, I'll pass it off to you.
All right. So the thing about badges, badges as they are right now, there players will have to go through mindless tasks to get to the content that they want, and it's kind of boring. It's a boring chore to get there. Our goal was to make people to give them things to do with those tasks, to have them do daily things. But at the end of the day, the way we did it doesn't feel right. It feels very forced, and you're just walled off of content um, that you should be able to enjoy right away. We'll focus on approach and progression more organically instead of watching your levels and XP go up. So to get better as a player, you should simply just explore the world and enjoy the content, scatter through it, and then find new things, find new challenges, and then you get better as a result of just playing the game and not uh, working towards your level going up. With that in mind, we'll be removing parts of the badges system that we're confident aren't healthy for the community and us, and we're keeping those that are. We'll be removing tasks and player levels, and instead we'll be keeping streaks and a badge crate, while also adding new stuff, new rewards to the badge crates. The player level requirement being gone will mean that users can access all areas of content. However, things may instead be walled off by a difficulty barrier instead. So there might be like a certain biome that's harder, or a structure, and to be able to get the loot from the area, you physically have to get better, like better gear. Eventually, you'll get more skilled as well, instead of just leveling up your level, which that would unlock it then. Badger will become retired, and to achieve a streak for the day, Badger will simply request 3 random items from the resource world from you each day. If you give them to him, he will increase your streak, and then you can get back to playing. So it'll be a lot more simplified, less less grind heavy, no more unfair tasks, but you will still get like the rewards that people do like from the streak system. Plus more rewards that we have planned from those streaks. For those who have worked hard to grind player levels, of course, it's been a bit for nothing. So we'll be working on ways to compensate those who have worked hard. We're open to suggestions about that because we want to ensure everyone is happy. So if you have suggestions, leave a post in supporting questions about it, for example, and we'll take a look at what the community thinks would would be fair compensation for all the hard work that they put into leveling up and doing tasks for basically almost a year without much in return. That's basically the new plan for badges.
Awesome. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate you touching base on that. Just to 100% clarify for anyone that is concerned, like we want to make it clear how much we appreciate the people that have stuck to the badge system. It's a system that we haven't been entirely proud of. At the time, like it filled a void that Origin Realms felt like it needed to be filled. But it's not the kind of content we would have wanted to play for a year straight, and we really appreciate those that did do that. There's still people that do their tasks every single day, have incredibly high streaks, and have high player levels. For those people, we want to make sure that you walk away feeling satisfied, whether or not that's, special cosmetics for people that have reached certain milestones, or, limited edition furniture, or, a lump sum of rubies. We're open to anything as long as you will walk away feeling happy. I don't want anyone who has poured a lot of time into the badge and task system to feel like they've been ripped off. If anything, I want you to walk away feeling like it was all worth it. And even though the system is getting stripped back quite a lot, that it was time well spent. So, like Robot said, if you have any suggestions, please be sure to make them. And once again, we really appreciate the people that did enjoy that content for over a year. It's a sad day that it has to go away like this, and we don't like to make content that we have to eventually remove. But it is more healthy for us to just acknowledge this fact and deal with it, as opposed to just let it rot. So yeah, that really sums it up for badges. Like I said, no timing on when that stuff's gonna happen. We really can't be sure. There's other things that are priority that we'll talk about, things that we're working on right now, things that we plan on working on in the next few weeks. And badges will fall into, one of the next few patches, I would say. When that is, I'll be sure. And I don't want to make any promises because we all know how that goes. Now let's talk about dungeons. I'm going to talk a little bit about the steps forward for dungeons as a general system, and then I'm going to be passing the mic over to Sammy, who is going to walk you through the vision for how that content's going to be presented, because a lot of it is heavily inspired from his juicy brain and all the amazing stuff inside of it. So with dungeons, the main problem, like I've already touched on, is just complexity. We can't build these dungeons year round. It's a full-time job trying to produce the dungeons of the with the level of detail that we strive to create, and it's really just an infinite cycle. It'll never feel like enough. We'll never be able to produce dungeons at the rate that makes you happy. You'll play a dungeon and you'll want a different one in a week, and we can only make a new one in 3 months. So it's not sustainable. It's never going to be healthy for the team. And ultimately, it just takes away from all the other things that you want. And, some of you will disagree, but I know for a fact the overwhelming majority of the Origin Realms community, they care way more about social features, visual stuff, community-related events. There is like a good chunk of the Origin Realms community that will play these dungeons once and will never play them again. You guys are such a creative community, and you enjoy the simple things for the most part, the stuff that we enjoy making, the things that feel fun to enjoy. So I know we've talked up dungeons over the past year. We had convinced ourselves that this was going to be the best part of the network. And I think that's what made it so confronting when we realized that just wasn't the case. Because things like, we get significantly more requests for things like pets, things like towns. And those are the things that we know will have an everlasting impact on Origin Realms. So, I think with that in mind, it's about time that we say that dungeons are officially cancelled. And I know that's like a really scary thing to say. And I know that's gonna really suck to hear, but hear me out. And I'm sure you're gonna walk away feeling like you're on, like, this is a way better path forward. There's a good, like I've said, there's a good chunk of dungeons content that we know is important. But it's the stuff that isn't important that is taking us so long, and that's what's affecting this community. So dungeons, as you have been expecting it, will not come. And I want to make that incredibly clear. But what will come as a result of this decision will be infinitely more satisfying. So let's get into that because it's really exciting. Just to clarify, the dungeons that we were making, for the most part, it was visual fluff. It was cutscenes. It was, really scripted storylines and stuff like that. It takes a lot of time to produce, and You just want the content, you know? You just want to fight the cool mobs. You just want to fight the massive golems. That's the stuff that we want to make. So it's a win-win for us to really focus up and change the vision. So the resource worlds are a massive part of Origin Realms, and arguably the most important part of Origin Realms too, because that's the Minecraft vision. We just want to add content to the resource. We want to add content to the resource worlds constantly, and we want people to walk into the resource worlds and it just be full of content, not be like dragged out into these like little separate worlds and stuff like that. So that is really the focus moving forward. And you know, another problem that dungeons presented was the fact that when we add dungeons, we add a bunch of new mobs surrounding. It comes with like a biome update, right? You know, think about the mesa biome and how it came with the bandits and the strata golem and the iguanas and all of that kind of stuff. It just makes the resource world like infinitely difficult for a new player. That was also another massive problem that we were facing, and we were going to get over that hurdle. And you know, the path forward really addresses that too. So yeah, moving forward, there won't be dungeons, but there will be bosses. Bosses will be found out in the resource worlds. They'll be, you know, just generating in the worlds like Mojang kind of intended, with the you know, the guardians and all of that kind of stuff. We really want to extend on Mojang's vision for bosses and make that more fun, as opposed to add a whole new system to the game and a whole new element to the game that is you know, too hard to produce. So the bosses that you've been looking forward to seeing, the bosses that you've had spoilers for, you'll still get them. They're just going to be out in the resource worlds in a very, very unique and cool way that is much easier for us to produce, and also just makes the resource worlds feel like, you know, so full of life. Bosses will be kind of, you know, they'll be inside of these really cool structures that exist in the resource worlds. They'll be guarded by their own exclusive set of mobs. And it will, you know, it'll be this really cool content, this like arena style content where you need to kind of fight your way into the boss and then take it down, and you've got waves of mobs coming at you and all that kind of stuff. Now I'm going to let Sammy take the reins and talk about visually how that experience is going to feel, and you know, some of the cool content that comes along with that. So yeah, Energize, take it away.
I will. All right. So the idea is the dungeons, well, as you know, they're scrapped. So the challenge is now getting to these bosses, because regions that the dungeon, again, I guess I shouldn't call it a dungeon anymore, but it's more like a boss arena now. They're located in very challenging areas that are taken over by this ancient evil called the Blight. And the idea is the Blight is this ancient evil that twists familiar biomes into brand new and challenging locations. Wherever you find a boss in the world, you'll see the Blight taking over the surrounding area, which will indicate danger from afar. So, all future bosses and their structure will be located in their own blighted version of their respective biome, and all of their supporting mobs will be moved exclusively to the blighted biome, as well as having exclusive new resources, building blocks, and all sorts of things. This will help keep challenging mobs separated from the rest of the non-blighted biomes, and keep new players, or allow new players to free roam, and uh, being a welcome challenge to new play, or more experienced players. So, I actually drew some concept art. One sec. So, as an example,
Where should we
uh,
put this, by the way?
I mean, I would have figured stage event text, but
Go
where do
ahead and put it in the spoilers channel, and then after the event, I'll convert it to like a real, you know, cool looking spoiler.
okay, sure. So, as an example, the upcoming bosses will have their own respective blighted biome. And wait, can I post? I don't know if I can post. Hold on one sec.
You can always throw it in DMs and
I
I'll
don't.
put it in there.
Yeah, let me do that. One sec, fellas
And ladies.
and ladies. I always forget that's not. Wait. Okay, here we go.
And
Alright.
everyone else.
Yes.
Sorry,
Everyone.
everyone.
All right. So, Ben will be setting that up for me.
Ooh, just doxed me. Nice.
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. Everyone knows my name's Ben.
Anyway, so one of which will be the new Blighted Badlands biome, and the concept is being sent in the spoilers channel. So this new land will be the new exclusive home of most of the bandits, all strata golems, as well as some never before seen mobs. And of course, this will be the heart of, this land's boss as well. Um, so, we believe this new replacement of dungeons is the perfect compromise as it shares a lot of the systems we already had in mind for dungeons, like the party system will remain intact for these boss fights, relics will still exist, the boss relics, dungeon furniture will still exist and be obtainable, the boss and mob AI will still remain. All it does is reduces the needless fluff and instead makes an impactful new landscape that comes in various forms for the players to explore, while keeping the rest of the world peaceful for new players. And it's also just in general a more fun way for us to make dungeons. Rather than spending all this time draining our motivation on one single complex building, we're instead making a huge, new exciting landscape with structures, mobs, and new materials for players to explore and have fun with. Which are our favorite types of updates to do. These biome updates, like the mountain update and the swamp updates that we do. This is
We're
just
also really
another one
good
of,
at them, just to clarify. Like,
yeah,
there's something to be said about the fact that dungeons take a lot of time because it's new to us, and each dungeon provides its own set of challenges. We know how to do biomes in the same way that we know how to do seasonal events. This is the kind of stuff that we're confident we can turn around really, really quickly. Sorry to interrupt you there.
no problem. Get it. But yeah, it's our favorite types of updates to do. And it's really impactful. So yeah. Anyway, it's a pretty big shift. This is, I will admit. And there will be a lot of alterations to some things. Well, some things that I modeled already. For example, like I'll be making new designs for the Strata Golem. Now that the Strata Golem is exclusive to the Blighted Badlands, I want to redesign it to fit the more Blighted theme, as well as some of the bosses I already designed will fit this Blight theme more. And I want to make dungeons have this unified ancient Blight evil theme to it. All of the dungeons will have this theme. Of course, they'll all lean in their own theme directions, of course. Um, so yeah, uh, that's the Blight, the ancient evil that's coming to Origin Realms. And so yeah, Benny, back to you.
Awesome, thank you. That's a lot for you all to take in. I'm sure pretty confronting news. But I hope that hearing the plan really kind of I hope it seems as exciting to you all as as much as we know it's super exciting and how good it is for Origin Realms. Um, instead of getting these like single, multi-room dungeons that you play through once and really never want to play again, you're getting this procedural content. Every time we make a dungeon, you're getting a new biome with like a new set of mobs, and eventually the vision is for every major region of the game, like the arid region, the temperate region, the swamp region, and all of that kind of stuff will have dungeons everywhere. There'll be an ocean dungeon, there'll be a jungle dungeon, and these essentially are just now, instead of having to make these massive handcrafted experiences, we make the biome, which is something that we do really well. Like, we're confident that we make really, really good biomes. We know you all love them. And essentially now when we make these, we just make an alteration of it. We make a more dangerous version that looks corrupted and is overtaken by the blight. And the work that goes into that, it once you make the first biome, that's the hard part. Making the blighted alteration of it is the easy bit. Making the mobs, we've gotten really good at that. It's still challenging to make bosses, but like that wasn't what was holding us back with dungeons. So, really what you get as a result of this is a world that is so incredibly full of life. And, we, like I said, we love making the biome updates. That's actually the part of Origin ROMs that I think I'm confident in saying the team is the most excited about. The Mesa update, the mountains region, all that kind of stuff. It's like a big package bundle. You get a cool biome, you get some new blocks, you get a mob. Like that's the Mojang dream, right? We love the other systems, pets, towns, and we're super excited about that. But the biomes are something that we want to do like 4 or 5 of those big updates every year. And now as a result of that, you also get like a boss in each one. It'll just become part of our routine when we do these massive region updates where you get a new boss. Like it's not that much extra work going on our plate to make this a reality. Certainly significantly easier than the original path for dungeons. It just feels like you get everything that you already wanted and that you were, so much looking forward to, plus so much more. And it expands the resource worlds. It just makes the server infinitely more fun. It's easier for us. It's a win-win. And if anyone is like struggling to see that vision, we'll be hanging out in the text chats. We're more than happy to answer your DMs. I hope we've done it justice in explaining why this is the move. And, it's a big part of why we have this massive surge of motivation towards Origin ROMs right now. We're so excited about what the rest of the year contains. And it's really as a result of getting this weight off our shoulders. So more than anything, I think even if you feel like you're less pleased with this path forward, I think your options were really like watch us slowly go insane and get nothing, or get what we're about to give you, which is going to be incredible. So I think there isn't really a universe where this is the wrong path forward. And I just want to make it really, really clear how confident we are in this decision. And it, like I've already said, it was really challenging to make this call as well. The community is really important to us. We understand we're letting people down. We're not hiding that fact. We're just being honest, and we're just facing that fear instead of hiding behind it. I really, really appreciate those people that have, stuck by our sides. Even the people that, are in the text chats complaining every single day. I know it, it's just a different form of love. In the end of the day, we appreciate the fact that you wake up and even have a desire to complain at Origin Realms, because it just means you want to see it succeed. If you really hated Origin Realms, you would leave, and many people have, and we're confident that we can regain, everyone's confidence moving forward. So we appreciate the love, we appreciate the support, and we're super excited about that path forward with dungeons and badges and a whole lot of other stuff. But that's not the end. I want to spend the next 15 minutes just kind of wrapping this up, talking a little bit about the months ahead. Another pretty, drastic change that we're making, and then wrapping it up with some news about the cosmetic giveaways, furnitures that everyone's going to get for being here today. Just to remind Sean, Dash, I think you're in here. I hope you can hear me. Can you just DM me, let me know that you've been got the systems in place to capture everyone that's in the event. Just to clarify, that's going to mean nothing to a lot of you. We're capturing a schematic of everyone that's in the stage event, and we'll be using that information to compare who's linked their accounts and give out rewards based on that. More information on that in a little bit. So yeah, the months ahead, really, really exciting stuff ahead. First of all, we're really going to start putting effort into expanding this year. There's been a lot of seasonal events over the last half of last year. I know to some of you that is, not a great thing. The reality is most of our community begs us for seasonal events. So even when we feel like it's not the right time to do it, it is worse for us if we don't. You all seem to love it, and it doesn't really take us much time. So one thing as a result of that, though, is that you all support us really more than we deserve, and we're really, really grateful for that, and we're very aware of that fact as well. And we want to utilize all of that support and really start like investing in expanding. So you can expect to see new people on the team. You can expect to see new engineers. And we're just going to be really reinvesting as much as we can into this network over the course of 2023 so we can set ourselves up for a really, really exciting future. Like it's kind of crazy to think we're still in beta. More on that in a bit. But yeah, it's like I really think today it marks the start of a new chapter for Origin Realms, and I just think that's so exciting. So yeah, we're going to be expanding. Another thing that we're passionate about focusing on is really just removing all non-cosmetic items from the store. We're so confident in the systems that we've made, and we're incredibly fortunate as a Minecraft server to be able to survive off of cosmetics. Like, I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but like, I'm pretty confident Origin Realms has the best cosmetics across any Minecraft product that's ever existed. Maybe some of you will disagree. Maybe some of you will agree. We're so proud of the cosmetics that we've made and the technology that we've produced to make it possible. And I think we've proven that Minecraft servers don't need to sell game-breaking stuff to survive. So that's another drastic shift we're going to be making, kind of as a thank you to the community. I think we're just at the point where we realize like we don't need it, and the best move forward is for us to just kind of strip that stuff away. So you can expect to see legendary keys and rare keys, inevitably get removed from the store and just worked into the gameplay. They're not going away. They're not going to become these legacy items. You'll just get them from playing the game. And for those that do want to support us, you'll be able to do so through, picking up some awesome cosmetics. We'll still be doing promos and all that kind of stuff that you love, but nothing that is like offering a direct advantage to people that support us. So that's a little bit on that. Focusing more on community-driven and quality of life content. The things that we love doing. Towns, for example, community stuff. We love that. You all want pets. We're not going to get carried away with the pet system. We're not gonna do another dungeons and make it complex to the point where it just drives us into a state of insanity. You want cool looking pets that can wear costumes and run around and chase you around, and you'll get that. We're not going to overcomplicate it. We have, and then quality of life as well. Just finding more time to do little things. Focus on bug fixes. So, the systems that should have been around for a long time. We're working on a trading system right now that'll be out this month. Things like that should have been around for a long time, and we're just putting more time aside for that. But also that'll be a big part of how we're going to expand, bringing people in that can do that stuff around the clock whilst we work on bigger things. Having a constant stream of small, medium, and large pieces of content worked on simultaneously instead of one after the other. So every time you get an update, it's a mix of something big, a few medium things, and a bunch of small things all at once. That is one focus. Another focus is more lore and story development. We never had time for it last year, but you guys love it, and we love it so much. Like, it's kind of crazy how much fun we have with lore, and we were so sad when we kind of realized we didn't have time for that last year. Recently, we kind of fortunately got forced into a position where we had to do some lore changes. I'm sure you will have seen, we got in a little bit of trouble from Mojang. Nothing that wasn't resolvable, and it was definitely a misunderstanding on our behalf. We worked with them very quickly to remove the arcade from the game, which they weren't pleased with. And we're totally fine with that decision. We're happy with that decision. And, we wanted to make it fun. So you will have seen we closed down the mayor closed down the arcade and all of the things that happened as a result of that. And we really enjoyed that. And I think it was like incredibly obvious that you all enjoyed it too. We had such positive reception to, the mayor storyline and the May Day event that is running right now. And that kind of stuff didn't take us long to produce, and it was just super fun. So we want to do more of that this year as well because we really enjoy it. And really importantly, when it comes to reinvesting into Origin ROMs, we want to actually focus on growth this year. System Z has been an incredible part of our growth strategy since our launch. For most of you, System Z will be the reason you're here. And, we owe a lot of our existing player base to him, and we want to keep going down that path. The more content that we produce, the more content that System Z can make on the server, and then we can grow from that. But we want to start growing outside of that as well. We really want to invest in having a larger community, and we want more people to see the cool stuff that we're making. So that's that as well. That's kind of a rough idea of the months ahead. We've actually mapped out an insane amount of stuff that we want to work on this year, and we're really starting to scope out each month to make sure that we're getting, a cool amount of things done. Now, let's talk about the last kind of big, scary, drastic decision that we've made for this stage. I know we've been here for an hour and we've gone a little over. I hope you don't mind. And for those that, it's getting late, I really appreciate you hanging around. But here's the big one. As of tomorrow, we're actually, we are officially going into 1.0. I know that once again might be scary for some people, but in light of everything that we've discussed, we just need to get this thing out of the door. I don't want you to feel like that's a massive update. We just said Dungeons is cancelled. For the last year, we've been saying 1.0 is Dungeons. That was such a ridiculous decision from our behalf. Like, Origin ROMs has been ready to exit its beta state for over a year now, and that's just the truth. We have more content than most other Minecraft servers ever will by a large margin. We don't need to be in beta. And that'll be the case as of tomorrow. There's going to be a little patch tomorrow. We're getting rid of the May Day event. We're doing a bunch of little feature changes and stuff like that. Just little stuff. It's not this massive thing that we've overhyped it to be. Our biggest mistake was overhyping 1.0. And it's something that we regret deeply. And I know that it might feel really sad that like it's not this massive update. But I think there's a certain amount of beauty in the fact that we're accepting that we're just ready for it. And, we're finally just pulling the trigger. We're not going to keep waiting around for something magical to happen to go into 1.0. As a community, we're ready for it. And I think beyond that, it really just like, it really marks the start of a new chapter. I wanted this stage event to make it incredibly clear how passionate we are about the plans moving forward and how confident we are. And I think jumping into 1.0 really represents how important this year is for us and how much of a fresh start it really is. So, as of tomorrow, you'll get 1.0. There'll be a few little things. We're going to work on, like a beta tag for all of you that joined during beta. There's a bunch of people with like an alpha tag and some items for that. We're not sure what we'll do there, but at some point soon you'll get some stuff for that if you joined during our beta period, which all of you have. It was a 2-year period, so a lot of people are going to have that stuff. But nonetheless, we're really excited. And for everyone that... oh, my computer just turned off. I hope I'm still here. I am. Okay, yeah. For everyone that understands that change and supports the move to 1.0. We really appreciate it. For those that don't are disappointed, we're really sorry that we dropped the ball, and this is part of our plan to move forward. So yeah, that's that. Next up is just what we're working on at the moment. 1.0 and some of the stuff that's coming tomorrow is obviously, what we've been working on immediately. But in terms of our next large update, it'll be 1.19 / Lunar New Year. It's, all of that stuff combined will create a pretty cool update. We've got a lot of cool stuff happening. You all loved Lunar New Year last year. It's going to be the best event that we've had, and like visually it's just stunning. So much new stuff. And then with 1.19 as well, it just kind of like, it's a really nice kind of package bundle, and you'll get things like a trading system and all this kind of stuff. It's going to be a good one. So that's what we're working on right now. No promises on dates, but it's going to be this month. So because Lunar New Year is this month, and we're just kind of wrapping that up, final testing and all that kind of stuff. So that's what you're going to get next in terms of like a large patch. 1.19 will not be tomorrow. I just want to clarify. We didn't want 1.0 to be tied with some kind of content update. I think it was more special that 1.0 happened as a result of this stage event and nothing else. I think, we've promised for so long that 1.0 is dungeons. And if that update was tied to anything other than dungeons, I feel like it would have kind of, I just think it's more meaningful for us to dive into that right now. Like, let's not wait for it. Let's not tie it to anything in particular. So yeah, that's really it. So tomorrow you're going to get an update. Let me just pull up the list so I don't miss anything real quick. The kind of stuff that you'll see tomorrow is the removal of the May Day event, the furniture that you're going to get as a result of this stage. We'll announce the winners of the Cosmo robes tomorrow from this stage. And we've just done a few tweaks to some existing things in game to kind of touch up Origin Isles and stuff that'll go out tomorrow as well. And we've removed the mayor from the website banner as well. So a lot of you are curious about the things that you get for being here today. We have captured a list of everyone that's in this stage event. It's pretty much exactly 1,000 people. I'm sure more have come and gone. Over the course of the day, we'll convert that list of Discord IDs to users that are linked, and then that'll give us a list of people that are going to get a cool limited edition furniture item that will never exist again. And we'll then use that list also to randomly select the winners for the Cosmo Crate. So, it takes a little bit of time to organize this stuff and get the list in place. So that'll be part of tomorrow's patch. You're not going to be able to log in right now and get anything in particular, but we'll post an announcement tomorrow, and you'll all get a really cool rug that we've made for the stage. And that's something that we want to do moving forward. For people that attend the stage, we'll give you guys a limited edition furniture. Sammy, did you want to pass me that screenshot and I'll post it in spoilers?
Sure, boss. One sec. I'll do some of the color variants so that they get the idea of what part is dyeable.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'll put this in spoilers as well. Cool. Yeah, so a little rug. You've all been wanting rugs, actually. Like, that's something that we're excited to do more of. A cool little globe rug for everyone that's attended today, as a sign of our appreciation for you all. That'll go into your account automatically tomorrow. You'll log in, and if you were here today, and your account is linked, then you'll get it. On that note, if you aren't linked and you want it, you have the next day to link. Let's say for the sake of safety, 12 hours to link your account, and you'll still qualify. So yeah, that really wraps it up for today, everyone. We're pretty much wrapped up in just over an hour. I know it was a big one. I know we talked about some really kind of confronting topics. I hope you're all excited. I understand some of you will walk away feeling a little disappointed, and we totally appreciate that as well. We understand that was a given going into this. But more than anything, I hope you all kind of can sense how sincere we are about this situation. And this is a combination of us taking responsibility for where we've fallen short, and trying to just reassure you of what we're going to do to fix it. So I know that that might be hard to trust based on the last year and the last 6 months and how kind of up and down it's been. But all we can do is do our absolute best and let you know what our intentions are, and just be more transparent moving forward, significantly more transparent. We want to show you what we're working on while we're working on it, and not just when it's ready to show. We want to show you more development, and just be more utterly clear about what we're doing at any given time, because you all deserve it as a result of the support that you constantly show us. So to wrap it up, thank you all for being here. 1,000 people, what an amazing turnout. It's been really fun. We're going to do these more often. I know it's been a while. We do want to do these 3 times a year or whatever the case might be. We like to make sure there's a purpose for having these stages, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of reasons over the course of the next year. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I hope you're looking forward to what's to come, and I'll let you all know about what's coming out tomorrow and your furniture items and all that kind of stuff. Other than that, some cool stuff coming for the rest of this month. Some amazing stuff coming over the next month and the months to follow. And yeah, that's it for today. We're all done here, everyone. Have an amazing rest of your day, rest of your night, wherever you are, and we'll speak to you soon. Yes? Someone said my name?
Do you mind if I stay? Yeah, I said it. Do you mind if I stay here a bit to answer some questions more?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hang around too if we want to just take a few minutes. But
Yeah,
you can
sure.
lead the charge on that, Neto. Where do you want to take those questions?
Stage event text, I'll say.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, everyone,
guys.
if you have some cool questions, put them in the chat, and Neto's can answer some.
And otherwise, thank you all for coming.
Yes.
If we leave the stage right now, we will still get the rock tomorrow. Yes. Oh, chat's going fast. My friend can make it to the event and doesn't have Discord. Is there any way I could get an extra one for them? Unfortunately, I don't think so, because it's really tied to the Discord account. Is town something that might happen this year? Of course, we don't want to make promises. Not sure if it's I know it's planned. It's a priority, yeah. How many customer robes will be given away? 3, if I recall correctly.
I think it's 3, yeah.
3, yeah. PvP update or end update? PvP update, that will be in the form of duels. Not sure if that's for this year or someone else. And the end update really depends on blighted biomes. Will there ever be an end dimension, end of Forge Realms? Yes. Are towns still planned? Yes. Not gonna answer this third one. How much time we have to level up before badges getting removed? Really depends on the release plan for it because yeah, we don't know yet when we'll change that, but it's somewhere in the next few patches, I think. Can we leave and still be liable for the wreck now? Yes, you can. You can leave now. Don't worry. You'll still be in contention for both the Cosmo rope and the free thing. Strata Gauntlet will still exist, but just retextured and redesigned. Will you be able to get blighted biomes in your personal realm? I think Robot touched on it earlier in this channel as well. It doesn't feel correct in some way because it's meant to be a really hard biome. So, but it's a big maybe. Say something about bees, please. No. Is Sketchy actually in the game because it's extremely difficult to find? Yes, but he has a lot of places to spawn in. Sonic Latro are dungeons / vault or whatever you call them cancelled. Lots of users are still saying it's cancelled like Dharma Queens. The dungeons as concept that you have seen us spoiled throughout the year, that's cancelled, but we're taking it in another direction by basically having it as a biome and the boss being the center of that. Oh, I'm behind so much. If we don't have inventory space tomorrow, will we get the rug?
Yes,
I don't
we have
actually
a
know
system in
how
place
it's.
to make sure you have space in your inventory before we.
Yeah, cool.
You'll actually have to run a command, which will be in the announcement tomorrow. So that command will.
Oh, cool.
It'll make sure you have space in your inventory in order to get the reward.
I saw a few comments about new relics. Did anything ever come up about that during the conversation?
I
Not
said
during the
relics are
conversation.
staying.
Yeah, relics are still.
Yeah,
Relics
plan
are
for relics is
staying.
just the same.
Relics are staying. Dungeon furniture is staying. All the
Yeah.
all the good stuff is staying. But
I think, and that's something to re-highlight really, because there's been a lot of, I guess, people who are still upset about, like, and rightfully so, about dungeons being canceled. To keep in mind, the part you are losing is the worst part about it. The part that we have not wanted to release it because of truly how bad it is. You're still getting all of the best parts, like in a better packaging, and people will be upset until they see that. But I think once you see that, hopefully, I mean, everyone's different, but hopefully you'll kind of look back and laugh at the fact that, you know, you're upset right now about losing the worst parts. So
right.
yeah, anyways, take it over. Sorry.
Well, one thing I'd like to mention is, Ben, should we we've released spoilers for the desert dungeon. Should we talk about the desert dungeon? Because the desert dungeon was not a boss dungeon.
Yeah, you can touch on that.
Okay, so the desert dungeon is being scrapped as it is, and instead we're just going to be adding like desert temple like structures into the desert biome that utilize some of the mobs that we spoiled for the desert dungeon. And in terms of the desert furniture, I've been brainstorming systems that the furniture can be a part of, but unfortunately, those furniture items will have to wait until that system is implemented into the server. But you will get those furniture items in those spoilers eventually. But yeah, puzzle that dungeon was a puzzle dungeon, and puzzle dungeons don't really suit this new direction of dungeons. But we do want to implement puzzle features someday into resource worlds, to kind of fill in that void that's missing from this new direction of dungeons. So puzzles will see their way into resource worlds someday, so no problem. Anyway, continue.
I also saw a question. I can't see it, but it was something along the lines of will there be any grindy content, or are we canceling that altogether? And I think that's related
Well,
to dungeons being scrapped and badges. I think the idea is that that's not good grind. That's just like really boring grind. I think a better word to replace grind is challenge. I think maybe a good but not so good example, just something that you'll all understand, is the Ender Dragon. There's grind in order to fight the Ender Dragon. That's like very natural grind. That's grind as a result of you needing to equip yourself, get ready. It's not like just watching a number go up and then having access to a new feature, or just running through a dungeon 100 times because you're bored and there's nothing better to do. If that's the kind of grind you were really looking for when it comes to Origin Realms, I'm pretty confident in saying that like maybe this isn't exactly the server for you. I hope that we can still appeal to you in other ways, and I hope that you'll still find reasons to want to be here. But if ultimately you're hoping for Origin Realms to be a massive scale MMORPG with a lot of leveling systems and kind of that sort of stuff, it really just doesn't suit the vision for Origin Realms. It doesn't suit what we set out to achieve here, and it doesn't coexist nicely with Mojang's existing game philosophies as well. So I hope that answers that question. There will be grind, but it's natural challenge based instead of numbers.
yeah, and I wanted to speak of something else too. Like, I do think that the task system did have some sort of niche. I mean, it wasn't done in a very good way, and it was very tedious. Like, who wants to stand there and have entity hit your shield for 5 minutes? But anyway, um, I haven't really brought this up to the boss, so I won't really mention this system. But I have some of the team members and I have been brainstorming a community-driven system that could replace the, I guess, quote, grind of badges, but in a more fun and engaging way. But again, I haven't mentioned that to Mr. E-Race here, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But the thought is in our heads, so I do want to put that out there.
I also want to put out there with the giveaways for the cosmetics, etc., the rug and Cosmo Rope as well. Some people are scared of them not being linked. If it shows up that you are linked in game, if you do /profile and you hover over the small Discord logo, if it says that you're linked, then you'll be fine. It's just a Discord bot that's being a little dummy. Will Origin Enhanced be updated soon for 1.19? Yes, that will be updated when we release the 1.19 update. Aside from scrap mobs, will you implement Minecraft dungeon mobs? Depends. If they fit in our vision, then maybe. What will beta players get? Some furniture or something? I don't even know if we have thought about that. Don't think so yet. But it's still up for debate. Community center tomorrow? Yes, just the interior, not the functionality. As far as I know.
Yeah,
Functionality needs a lot of revamping of other systems, I
we
think.
have functionality planned for the community center, yes, but you'll see like sneak peeks of what that functionality will be tomorrow, but it won't be functional
Yes.
yet. But we do have plans and kind of excited for them.
How will pets work? Will they give any perks or just cosmetic? How do you buy them? What kind of pets will they be for? I think the only thing we can say is that pets are mostly going to be bought with rubies. But that's as far as I dare go because pet system isn't that far thought out yet, I think. Will Blight always be purple? No.
Purple is just part of its color scheme. It also
Yeah.
includes things like blue, gray, dull browns and earth tones. Just a very dull color scheme, but not just purple. Purple's the main part of it, though. I have yet to explore how it looks in game visually. I've only done the concept thus far, but I will be tending to the in-game assets very carefully. I want to make sure that the building blocks and the blocks that come from the blighted biome could be used in many different ways for builders. I always make sure the building blocks are flexible. I don't want the blighted blocks to be too niche. They will be cool.
Is there still gonna be a way to see how it works? All the work put into scrapped content. I think a lot of stuff that was planned for dungeons, like models, etc., will be reused. So, but that's on Ender to decide, of course. Will there be new, better ways to make money? Because in my opinion, crops are a bit annoying. I think the blighted biomes will be a good way of getting more rubies because of the items and also the stuff you can find there.
I think, Sammy, can we talk about an enchantment that would kind of replace the need for like what tasks were fulfilling?
Yeah, maybe. Although I have been slightly second guessing the enchantment and thinking of another system that doesn't just
Okay.
infinitely put rubies into the economy like this enchantment would do. But we were brainstorming an enchantment idea where you earn rubies from killing mobs, and depending on the mob's difficulty or where it came from, for example, if it came from a spawner, it wouldn't drop anything. But if it's depending on its difficulty, it would grant you rubies, and a certain amount of them, and it would be an enchantment. But again, this method just infinitely introduces rubies into the economy. I've been brainstorming another way to make rubies easier to obtain that doesn't do that, and it's completely community driven. So I don't know. We'll get into that later when we develop the idea of that system more.
We're okay to leave, right, for the rope and rock stuff? Yes, you can leave if you want. What about the town system, if I may ask? You said that it's somewhat prioritized. Yes, it's something that has priority at the moment, but there's no day for it.
Right.
And I won't get too much into detail.
Yeah, I think the idea is like as soon as the blighted stuff is over with, towns are basically the main priority after that. So once the blight's out, you can probably expect towns afterwards.
And to back onto what I said earlier as well, other stuff in tandem. Like
Yeah,
we want to have a
things in
team
between.
that allows us to, for example, after the blighted stuff, we'd like to get our next biome rework underway. That's something that like getting a biome, the development of a biome and like a new region update started doesn't cross paths with us developing pets because they're separate things. They require different people. And then,
Towns.
and towns as well. I really think that like pets and towns can be made in tandem as well if we can expand the team suitably.
Right.
Not to say that they'll come at the same time, but like at the very least they can be worked on together.
What will happen with the rails part from the bandit dungeon? You'll see.
Yeah, we do have a plan.
We do have a plan, yes.
Yeah, to reuse that technology. It just won't be part of dungeons or what we like the boss rooms. It won't be part of that.
Will there be a summary of the stage event?
I think they're doing a blog.
Yeah, was that the plan? Doing a blog?
Like a recap of
Yeah, we'll do a
and
little
like
blog
going over
tomorrow.
what
Yeah, yeah.
It's
We
a
did
lot
it
to
for
recap,
last
but I'll
stage.
touch on the more important things. Just a few paragraphs talking about the path forward and past challenges and all that kind of stuff. I won't go into the nitty gritty details of all the questions and answers, but the big things we'll do a nice little blog that can wrap it up tomorrow.
How do you guys feel about OR tweaks and OR add-ons? personally, I think it's cool because the community is getting his hands dirty on with cool additions to the game. Yeah. What's happening with the official wiki? We have guides on our website. It still needs to be worked on, but those guides will mostly have a lot of information about everything on Origin Realms. But we also still want to make sure that people go out exploring themselves. So we won't make a full-on wiki, I think. Yeah, exactly, Okarok. There are no guides there, but we're working on it. Don't worry. So 1.0 will be in like 11 hours? No. Is a player console something on your radar? Not something... Yeah, that's not something I can answer here right now because that would be something I would have to discuss internally.
Well, it's been an hour and a half. I'm gonna hop out and get stuck into work for the day. But before I head off, I just want to say thank you once again to everyone, especially people that are still here. Still 550 people listening in, which is just insane to me. And yeah, I hope you have a great night, day, whatever it is for you, and we'll speak to you all very soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, Ben.
I guess I will also pop out.
Yeah,
So,
Right.
see you later, dudes. Thanks and have a good day.
Goodbye.
Buy the system Z.
See you later.
The system D's.
My bad. Yeah, I got a lot of work to do too, guys, but it's been fun. Glad we could fill you in, everyone. And I hope you look forward to what we got because we sure are looking forward to making it. Finally.
It's cool stuff coming.
Oh yeah. All right,
To
guys.
server... Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Do server get more slots for players in 1.0? Not sure. That's something on Michael's thing, but that's something internally. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me as well. Hey Neto, will pets be added? Not right now, but that's on the radar to happen, yes. Will you add game modes like Skyblock? No, Origin Realms is just a survival server. We won't ever add like Skyblock or factions or prisons or whatever. That's not something that fits with our idea of Origin Realms and our vision. Will there be more streak wars instead of just day 100? Yes, but I'm not gonna go into that more because that's stuff on the radar later. So basically, you are saying cry about and leave a decent chunk of a player base with a stage event. Not necessarily, because I think the blighted biomes are still something worth to check out and something worth that has progression. I'm not going to give an entire count, but for the overworld and the nether combined, we have a lot of blighted biomes planned. And listen to that nether thingy. Progression will be pretty much based on the way you have to explore the blighted biomes. There'll be a pretty set way of exploring the blighted biomes. And it can still be pretty grindy because each boss you can do the boss as many times as you want and you'll still get stuff from it. So yeah. Not sure if Cliff is still here, but will last year's Tiger of Year of the Tiger exclusive items get their lore fixed? I'll look into that tomorrow. Right. So geez, voice crack. I'm not gonna do ASMR. Thank you. Neto, will you be using OR tweaks personally? I saw some stuff early, and I think some of the packs are pretty cool. So maybe. Font, the Cosmo Rub cosmetic winners will be announced tomorrow. Will there be any quality of life updates tomorrow? Actually, yes. Let me grab my list because I've been working last week on that stuff. Basically, a lot of item descriptions are going to be added to items like rocker boots, ancient pickaxe, totem of keeping, shadow cloak. That's Siri. Hello. Also gonna add a lot of new blocks to the market stalls at Silo Square. Like quartz blocks will be added to Worker Chain, so you can buy quartz blocks now. And does anyone know the name of the NPC that's at spawn that sells the wood? Wait, let me check real quick. Next to Paul, there we go. Ripston. Oh, thank you, Extra. Ripston will also have some new trades tomorrow, hopefully. Has there actually been any work done on the blighted biomes? I see that from Mascony. Yes, there has been work on it. Nedo, who's the best admin? Me. No, just kidding. Probably Michael, because Michael does all the server stuff, and server stuff is important, otherwise you won't be playing. What's the plan for all big mobs we have shown in System Z videos, but not on the server like Pickling Boss, Ray Boss? System Z's videos aren't actually always tied to Origin Realms. Some of those mobs could be added to Origin Realms, but there's never a guarantee. Will we be able to get more spawns for slimes, witches, and wood skeletons? Maybe in the future when we have some stuff. Birds when? No idea. Will there be /party like dungeons? Yes, there will still be a party system. Don't worry. It's also encouraged these to go in there with a team. Order and is going to be updated. Yes. So the system of less people, the better is gone. Not 100% sure on that, but it still encourages you to go in there with some people because is it worth speedrunning become well at the moment? No. I would say like be in a team of 3 to 4 people. That would be the most fun, I think. Will the Cosmo Rope winners be in an announcement? I think so, because we can give the item the thing via in-game, because the permission will be added to your thing. Will existing items get plugged if not working your offhand other players? Some stuff we can't fix when it comes to offhand stuff, but yeah, I want to clarify this. Badges and levels, etc. will not be removed tomorrow. Will not be removed. It's still some patches away. Nedo Duck is grave staying to ask questions. Yes. What stops people from just sniping blighted biomes loot right after resource resets? The boss stuff, that will always be accessible for players. How much do players need to be prepared to fight a boss? Have good armor. Are there going to be bosses that will be easier than the rest? Yes. Of course, the first there will be a pretty set way of how to traverse the blighted biomes and which biome to take first, and then after that. But yeah. Will render distance in the resource world ever be raised? Probably not, because that's due to server performance. Will you be able to fight the bosses in a group? Yes, there will be a party system. Will we get the slot machines in the new casino preset? Probably not, since it will hint towards it. That's... Will boss stuff be locked until you beat the boss? Sounds like a smart way to stop everyone to just run for a loot chest. I think when it comes to the bosses, it will still be in a separate server, but I'm not 100% sure on that. So yeah, you would have to defeat the boss first to be able to get that loot from there. Cocap, I think the max player limit is 5. Or 4, sorry. Anyway, it's getting late for me. It's almost 12 a.m. So I'm gonna dip as well. Thank you all for coming in. It's been a pleasure. If you have any questions, you can always ask them to me, to some of the other admins. But yeah, we're excited. We're really excited for the Blighted stuff. It's really looking cool. We haven't even touched on everything yet. Like the way how to get to the bosses in the first place, unlocking that, the place where you fight them, etc., etc. So yeah, thank you all guys. Speak to you all later.
Hi, Co-Cap. The call with the cap. Oh
Let me
my
unmute
goodness,
finally.
has this...
I'm
Oh,
streaming
cool.
by the... I just want
This
to preface,
is...
because I know that there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of hot takes. I am streaming. So if you have a hot take, that's fine, but please try to keep swearing down.
Me, okay, I'm not, okay. I wanted a plan to swear anyway. So, what's your opinion on the stage event, Co-Cap?
I'm a creator rank, and I, am in some degrees supported by the server or approved by the server, meaning that
So
my
you can,
opinion
okay,
will be biased. But if I have to be
I
completely
understand.
honest, I am incredibly, incredibly sad, and I feel genuinely, to some extent, and this is, I don't actually feel this, but I know a lot of people feel betrayed, because a lot of people who've stuck with Origin Realms when they went to that point of being down to less than 60 players, people who were still playing Origin Realms during that, a lot of people like who have stuck with Origin Realms for over 2 years have stuck with it because of dungeons and because of like more challenging PvE content. And like I think that this whole blighted biome system is really cool, but the fact that they've been working on dungeons for 2 years, and the amount of transferable stuff is very minimal, it just feels like they've wasted so much time. And like I get that it's a necessary change because of motivation, but like I had so many video ideas planned around dungeons. I had started scripting video ideas for dungeons, like writing a script for my
Same.
like an introduction for my dungeon race video that I had been working on for like 6 months. I had been properly planning it. I had like ideas in mind. I was even gonna commission like art to get like a whole like make it a whole thematic thing and really put a lot of effort into it. And like it's gone now. Like that possibility for content is gone. And
Yeah.
like it's great that the server and the people making the server are motivated to do that, but like so many people who were and are excited about Origin Realms were excited for that PvE content, and that's just, at least for the foreseeable future, isn't going to be there. And the fact that people waited 2 years to be told Dungeons is cancelled, well, what's to say that doesn't happen with blighted biomes, you know? Until things
Yeah.
actually happen, it's really put them in a position of, so anything they say really can be scrapped until the last minute. Like,
Yeah, because listen, because I think you know too that Anders a week or two ago said that dungeons were still coming in
yes.
March.
Yes, he said that.
Yeah.
He said it's almost like they had this stage event planned or whatever, and then either before that or like they just finally made the decision up and they wanted to do a stage event to announce it as soon as possible or whatever. And whilst yes, it's exciting, this whole blighted biomes system looks really interesting
Mm.
and all this sort of stuff, it's a real big sad moment. And from what a lot of people, from basically every person I talk to on Origin Realms is like very bummed out, they've just removed like the coolest piece of content, because to them it's like it's all this sort of fluff and stuff. Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I want a cutscene in a dungeon? Like, yeah, if you want to run it 1,000 times, it's annoying, but like, I like it saying that it was the worst parts of a dungeon. Just, that's so subjective, you know. And I hated the way they were saying it, because it makes me feel bad for wanting that content. It makes me feel like, oh, how stupid of me for wanting to have an awesome like cinematic experience in vanilla Minecraft, you know? Like,
Well, at the end of the day, that's what they want you to think. I mean, like if they said, "Oh, that was the best part of the content," they would get 1,000 times worse treatment than they got now.
hey P5.
Hi, PJ.
Hello,
Heyo.
guys.
So
We are
yeah,
talking
guys.
about the stage event. Don't mind us.
The future of Origin Realms.
Yeah,
Someone
we're
give me
talking.
like, can only give me like a short summary. I joined at the last 5 minutes.
basically no dungeons. What else?
Blighted
the blighted
biomes.
biomes are replacing dungeons.
1.0 tomorrow.
No like
Badge removing.
progression via like badge levels or whatever. That's about it. And
Yeah.
and then they're gonna try and be more transparent in the future. You know, like a lot of the things that are happening are like, yeah, that's cool, but I would trade every other change they said for the original like plan of dungeons. But I get why they had to do it. It just really sucks, because
Wait,
myself and a lot of other people have only stuck with Origin Realms for as long as we have, because of the holding out hope for dungeons, because the promise of them was just hit a niche that so many people were really, really hyped about, and unfortunately, it's gone.
One thing though. They said that they have 10 biomes planned, and I'm not sure if this question got answered or not. But are these it? 10 blighted biomes. Is that it? All the
Sure,
PvE enhanced
question.
content.
I would have to say probably not.
I can answer that
still-
question, I think.
Bro, what the?
I need to check if I
Quebec
can
is
answer it, but I
back.
do
Oh
know the
my
answer.
god.
Yeah, of course Quebec's back. He's been buying and selling stuff the last couple days.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that he was off in the military.
He came back.
No,
He
he
had
came
like
back.
1 year.
Oh, okay.
He had
Dude,
like
I
1
don't
year, and I think
see-
he left in September last year. So
So can
don't
you repeat
see
that question about
why-
the 10 things?
Ender
But-
said that there was 10 biomes.
Mm-hmm. But there
Yeah,
was
I
a
don't
question
see
someone asked about it.
why-
What was the question?
Will there be only 10 delighted biomes and that's it? I don't see why there would be only 10 biomes, because they're still going to be adding their own biomes to every dimension and stuff. So there's
Yeah, like
Well,
more possibilities for blighted biomes.
well, no. So to answer the
another
question,
thing. Oh,
I
sorry,
don't
PJ.
think you should see it as
Hi,
just
Sleep Eye.
10 biomes in total. It's 10 blighted biomes. They could still do other biomes, other things on the side, right? It's 10 like in the theme of blighted with the mobs and the bosses like they explained during the stage event.
Oh yeah, but so far that's all they've said. That's gonna be end game.
Like,
Because like they said that the strata golems like getting moved there. Basically, if most of the end game stuff is being moved to the blighted stuff, so all the end game
Mhm.
will be mostly blighted stuff. So if there will only be 10 blighted biomes, that means that makes me think that that's it in terms of end game content here.
Well, the
Only
thing is,
10
right,
from what they've
biomes.
you say only 10, but if you factor in custom mobs, custom bosses, blocks, builds, structures, everything that
That's what
comes with
biomes
it,
contain. Yes, that's the definition of a
yes.
biome. It contains
Well,
all
no,
those things. Correct.
that's still a lot of content though. That is a
There
lot of
is
Well,
stuff to play
yeah.
with.
the missions planned though.
That's just the ones they've planned for now.
I do also want to point out, and this is, I think, why I'm so sort of flat about the whole thing, is because it is literally all, from what I can gather, it is just a concept. It is a concept. They have no in-game assets of it, and it's really, really annoying that like a lot of people have waited 2 years for dungeons to be cancelled. So what's to say that doesn't happen with literally every other update?
Let me correct you on that. They are doing this instead of what was originally conceptualized as dungeons, but the work that was done on dungeons is not like lost.
I mean,
So a lot
like
of the
the
stuff that was prepared
animations
for
and like the stuff
dungeons.
that
No,
I was
fair,
looking
fair.
forward to isn't like
Yeah, but if we're looking at mobs and blocks and
yeah.
all of the design stuff of it, that can be repurposed.
Oh
Not
yeah.
necessarily in the exact same form, but it does mean they have in-game assets to start working on the blighted stuff.
Yeah.
Here is a question. With dungeons being scrapped and we getting all the shiny things, mobs, stuff that we care, and probably didn't take as long. It wasn't the biggest part of development. What I'm getting at is the biggest part of development, which I can think of for dungeons, was the R&D department. You know, developing all the systems to put the pieces of the dungeons together, to put the doors, to stuff like that. And my question is, since that was the hardest thing and the thing that took the most time, most likely, we don't know because nobody nobody told us. Could this mean that basically, I would say 3/4 of the whole development time of dungeons and the resources put into dungeons is just out the window because it cannot be reused?
No, I think a lot of it can be reused.
Yeah,
Can
not in the
can
same
the
context, but the same systems can be used to make other things. To use your own
Hey,
example of
Shams,
a
were you
moving door
listening to the
that could be used for other
thing?
things, like a moving door in furniture or a moving door, whatever. Like they can repurpose everything they have. I don't think a lot of stuff got lost. I think it's more
The
of
biggest thing that was lost was time because they spent so much
Yes.
time to scrap something.
Kind of, but I think the way they worded it was poor. I think in general the whole presentation was a bit questionable on the public speaking side of things. I think they should have still called it Dungeons, but a reimagined version of it, because the way that they've explained it to us before, and that they've explained it now as well, but a bit less detailed, I should say. It feels like they still have the same ideas, they just implement it in a different way, where it feels like it's more integrated into the world.
Yeah.
From
what I can
which doesn't
gather,
mean-
also, I think that it's gonna be like an altar, like a boss altar type thing, where you'll have to kill like mobs, and then like with a chance of getting like the summoning item, and then you summon it in that blighted biome because of the way that they like said that like you'll be able to like you don't need to worry about the boss being like not there or whatever. It makes it seem like it'll be a summon, not a stumble upon.
Okay, here's the thing though. They said that it's gonna be more like an arena, and there's gonna be like waves of like other NPCs actually like summoning as well. So I think the new biome is gonna have the bosses in it, right? Like they said, but it's gonna have like okay, the new it tells people to watch out for it if they're like a new player and they're not ready, right? Because they're getting rid of the rank system, so there's no need for that. It's basically just skill now, which I like. So I think what they're gonna do is
Wait, they're getting rid of
have it-
ranks?
No, they're getting rid of
No,
levels.
like
It was a miss.
like level ranks,
Oh,
like
okay. Okay.
the badge level.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
anyways, what I think that the bosses aren't gonna be a summon, most likely. It's probably just gonna be something that you find, and it'll be like kind of difficult to find, or difficult as in terms of not rare to find, but like not extremely rare to find, but hard to get to because of what's gonna
Uh,
be in there.
What they did mention during the talk, and I think I can say again, is they should be fully replayable.
Yeah.
How that goes specifically, I don't know. But that means, technically seen, if you find one of those areas, you should be able to. Technically, if you find it right as a resource world spawns, you should be able to play it for 12 hours straight and just keep repeating it.
But it seems like they don't want to do that. They don't want to encourage that. Like the fact that, you know, they're like making it so that like the language they use is they don't like grinds and stuff. Bro, that's like the one thing that's so much fun about games.
The thing with that, right? I think again that was poorly worded. They don't like grinds that lock content. So they want you to be able to play everything from the moment you start playing the server. Some stuff you won't be able to do because skill-based stuff, maybe there's unlocks that you don't have, like specific gear. They don't want to lock you behind those kind of things, grind-wise. But that doesn't mean they can't have grindy or grindable content. They still can have stuff like a rare drop from a boss, or like maybe they'll do finishes for cosmetics from bosses or whatever. Things that you can still grind for, but they wouldn't necessarily unlock more content. I think that's what they're trying to go for. For example, badges being gone because they don't want to have a level that limits you.
Like that also kind of worries me though, because if they don't want to lock content, technically, once they get to a point where they have the hardest boss, technically, then a new player could stumble upon it. And from what it seems like, they really like making content that's quite easy. And yes, we haven't seen their PvE content or whatever, but the fact that the majority of the player base, or at least a large portion of it, is children, and like the skill ceiling for children is usually a lot less than that. I think a big issue as well, or a big concern for me, is that it won't actually be challenging. It'll be, oh, this is hard for like people who are really bad at Minecraft, so therefore it's hard for everyone.
I think that's fair. I think that's something they're gonna have to balance. I don't know like how they want to do that. That isn't planned. That isn't something that we've seen or that they've talked about. So I can't tell you because no clue.
So what did they say was coming tomorrow?
Us just some QOL fix his
1.0.
one
Tomorrow's
like the 1.0.
and then
Okay,
a bunch
here.
of
Okay, hold on.
small,
Here's
little patches.
Here's the thing that I got confused with. Literally 30 seconds. Okay, so they go 1.0 is releasing tomorrow. And you'll expect like a bunch of stuff to go with that. But then you know what Netta said literally like 30 seconds after that. It was either Ben or Netta. I forgot. But then they said 1.0 isn't coming tomorrow, and then it just confused
They said
me.
1.19 isn't coming tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
1.19 with Lunar New Year isn't coming tomorrow. It's probably coming today, next week. Yeah, but one thing.
When 1.0 comes out, before 1.19.
Yeah, but one thing though, to me it seems
Dude, I have so much to tell my friend.
Okay, but
Bruno, are you
to
gonna
me,
play again?
something feels off with
Yeah,
what they
at
did
1.0 I will, because
because
Aiden has my tools, and
Guys,
then I'll
can we
probably
respect
just
each
sell
other and
my.
let one person speak, please?
If you
Just
want to have
Sorry,
a
two
he asked me a
conversations
conversation,
at the
take
same
it
question.
time is
somewhere
not an
else.
option.
Just take it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like join
Asm, do
another
you
one.
want to
well,
move?
yeah, okay, so um for the people
ahead.
who have been part of this server and its journey with dungeons, they know that early on their plan was to have tiered resource worlds, right?
Yeah,
And
I
my
was so
question
excited for
and the
that.
thing I ponder on is why do go back like they said like a year ago that they're dropping that system with tier dungeons and just putting all the dungeons out there into one resource adventure world
Yeah.
thing, and now they implement this, which implements harder tiered harder biomes, basically biomes but harder. And my question is, why do that when you've already canceled your tiered adventure worlds? Because like with tiered adventure worlds, you could have a simple adventure world where there's no blighted
Because they
biomes,
don't like the
and a
content being blocked.
hard resource world with all the blighted biomes. Just that, blighted biomes only. Why not do that?
They don't like
Think of
locking
it more
content.
like it's a world that you're exploring, and certain areas will be harder and certain areas will be easier to do, rather than you choosing to explore an easy, a medium, or a hard one.
Well, why
It-
not
it-
choose?
it-
Why not choose?
Because their
What happens
goal
if
is
you
for it to
stumble
feel
across
like
something?
like an enhanced version of
how
Minecraft, where it's
Minecraft in
just an
general is.
actual world. If you learn into Minecraft, you also don't pick like today I'm gonna go for 15 minutes in the easy world and 20 minutes in the medium world and then 25
Well,
minutes in the hard
you
world.
get to choose the difficulty. In Minecraft, you can get to choose easy, medium, or hard difficulty or hardcore. Why not get the same
Choose-
here? Just choosing words based on their
Change it, well.
mobs they get.
The thing
Because like
is,
biomes, normal biomes in Minecraft don't usually have difficulties.
they kind of do, although
I
it's more
mean,
split into dimensions, and Minecraft itself is rather easy because again, it's
I
mostly
mean,
for kids.
that's I just thought of something. I think a big issue, since there's going to be multiple blighted biomes and that different blighted biomes will be different difficulties. That's like such an insane barrier to entry for people to understand.
How so?
Like, cause bro, people can't understand and grasp that a strata golem is like dangerous after dying to it 15 times. Like, how do they expect
The
people
thing
to
is,
remember tiers of biomes?
they don't necessarily expect people to remember tiers of biomes. It's more of a if you see a blighted biome, which will obviously be blighted, very
Yes.
different from what you're used to seeing, you'll know it's dangerous. Period. How dangerous it is, that's something you'll learn over time. But by the time you get to actually playing those and going through those, that is something you'll learn. If you get what I mean. I think the general idea of them is they're all dangerous. If you come across any of them, they're considered dangerous, and anything in there should be considered dangerous.
They
With
just,
Yeah, and I
with
think
a
it's
grumpy
good
face.
make it look dangerous as well.
Yeah, so that's definitely the idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
They're supposed
walking
to
into
actually
the.
look dangerous.
It's like walking into the Badlands biome. Like there will
Yes,
be
that, but worse.
dangerous mobs, and there will be rewards like weapons and stuff. There will be a great adventure, a dangerous adventure awaiting you, and that's
Hi.
quite
Hello.
Hi,
epic,
Octorok.
to be honest. Like whenever I step in a Badlands, I know there will be danger.
I think this is a good change. I am a little annoyed because I'm waiting for confirmation from the team if I can shield the stuff I made. I spent over 100 hours making overlays for dungeons, and I'm now waiting for confirmation from the team if I can actually share my dungeon effects I made, because they're no longer going to be a thing in the game.
Were they based off of assets, or?
Some of them were custom animated that I made. But they were
Yeah, but were they
based
based off of OR stuff, or?
Well, for
'Cause if
the
they're not
dungeons,
based off
for the
OR
puzzle
stuff, you
dungeon,
should be
each of
fine.
the 3 dungeons. I've worked on them for months. I'm waiting if I can share some of the stuff I've made.
You can, yeah, you're gonna have to ask. You should be fine sharing them.
I'm waiting just in case I leak something that shouldn't be leaked just yet. because some of them does have stuff. But the funny thing, most of the assets have already been shown. I just have to wait for confirmation because I don't want to.
If it's stuff that's been shown, you should be fine.
Some of them haven't been, so I'm waiting for confirmation. CoCap knows some of the things I've made.
Yeah.
I'm having a goodbye beta party in my round with dropping items if you guys want to drop in.
Sounds epic.
And finally, you guys get to see the rug. I've been sitting on that rug for 4 bloody months.
Ew,
I
you've been
made
sitting
an
on a rock
overlay
for
using that rug without realizing it was a rug, and the team said, "We love the overlay. Can you not release that?"
Poor you. You have been sitting on a rock for 4 months.
The rug must be smelly by now.
Yeah, it must be horrid.
Hello.
Must be crunchy.
Oh yeah, P5, you like my new skin?
Man,
I haven't seen it.
going through
People
the
are already
stage of
making blight
Ventex.
skins. Top Hen already has a blight golem skin.
Oh my god.
Wait,
You made
who?
it
I
while
made
they
a
were
new
talking.
skin as
Oh,
well.
Who?
maybe, dude, maybe that's what that thing Creppy, like Creppy made a skin pack ages and ages and ages ago.
Oh, of this the golem.
And that's
yeah.
what it reminds me of. Like, reminds me of that.
Wait, I'm so confused. Where'd you see that?
What?
I'm talking to Octorok.
Oh, he's at my party.
It doesn't
Top
say
Hen is
he has
partying
it
at my
on.
party. He made his own skin of the golem in purple.
Wait,
do
can I see?
also-
Where
Yeah,
do you
teleport
find
to
it?
me. Well, just come to my realm. We're having a party in my realm. I set up my party.
It says Creppy isn't on.
No,
I said
I'm
Top Hen.
referring something. I'm referring. He made a skin pack like over a year ago when dungeons were teased, and one of the skins looks very much like the blighted theme. Obviously, he
Tip
came
Top
up with the
Hen.
blighted
Oh.
like theme a lot later, but
Oh, interesting.
I think this is a good decision they've decided. A really good
Yeah,
decision.
this is not what I was expecting. Also,
also
he messed up a little bit, but it's fine.
I stand by this. Road Dogger is a psychic or an insider
Huh?
because
Who now?
he said just ominous. He's just very good at being ominous. Because you know that big change they said, hey, like in that announcement post? Yeah, that got cancelled. And like Road Dogger predicted that it would get, or said that it was or he said ominously, don't you hate it when deals fall through, just in social chat like he does, and then yep, turns out the deal had fallen through.
Can I just, not to discredit Rodoga, but his timing was wrong.
Oh no, but like he said it as
Yeah,
if,
but it
you know,
had no value at that point.
Nah. Fair enough.
But I do like the change. It's going to make me... I'm already starting to sketch up ideas of effects and stuff for stream already. It's just annoying that I spent so many hours making so much stuff.
For what?
Well, for dungeons, I've been sitting on overlays for like 6 or 7 months. I spent hours hand animating.
Oh.
Wait, so not even you guys knew that dungeons were cancelled till now?
No, they wouldn't.
Wait.
We even content creators, we didn't know. The only stuff that I know of so the thing is, what I have permission to is certain textures. So some of the team members send me textures in advance so I can make overlays and effects. So when the update does come out, straight away I have stuff done. I was always getting stuff before I even hit rank, just so because they know I make all my stuff.
That sounds pretty crappy.
Talking about
I
dungeons,
think
hey
teams are
CoCap,
gonna
when are you
be-
gonna make an apology video?
What do you mean? Oh yeah, because you know, like my second biggest video is how to prepare for dungeons. Oh my god, dude.
No, you could rename it "How to Prepare for Blight Biomes."
That's such a clunky, like, hey guys, so dungeons, you know that thing that's in every video game ever? Blighted biomes, okay? So yeah, you definitely know what that is without playing Origin Realms. Just
You definitely know what that is without looking it up.
Yeah, like it's for titles and stuff. It's just a lot clunkier, but like it's a very niche thing to have
Well,
to worry about.
I've messaged Robot and he won't give me an answer yet, but I'm hoping he does because I know he worked hard on those cutscenes. What they could use them for is they could use them as trailers. All those work he put into those cutscenes, they could
I don't think they're
format them as
transferable.
trailers for video and now to
Yeah, the
live time.
cutscenes are like.
I genuinely
Just
feel
release
horrible
them.
for him
Can
because
we
he
just
put
get them? 'Cause-
so much time into them.
Yeah, can we
Yeah,
still just
I've-
get them? I just want
Oh.
them because I know the work he put into them. I know the
Yeah.
work because
Hey, Octa, did you look at the OR assets in the pack to make your like overlays?
oh yeah, no, I
Or
have
did
full
you-
permission
okay.
for them.
Okay.
I have reached out to team members. I didn't reach out to Ben. I literally have to anything I make. I have to reach out to Ben, Ender, and Robot before I can release it, and then they've got to all tick off it. That's the role I've
Hello,
given
I've been
them.
having this problem with Voyager. Is anyone else having this problem where you try to join in, but it's just a black screen? Like you have the items and it's just a black screen. Anyone else have
Hey,
that?
Octarock.
No.
Yeah.
But I know what you're talking
Can
about.
you come to me real quick? I'm like at the door, the death door.
Anyone got the rugs yet?
No, it's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, something like that's fine.
Yeah,
Like-
Octarock, could you come to me real quick? I'm at the death door. Oh.
Balance
Yeah.
is gonna be a real issue, and I really hope they
you
get like
kinda
a
have a
player
sled in the wall.
council of some kind.
I know I've left it. Yeah, it's funny.
Well,
Yeah, we should
Stratagon
know that.
finally
It's like-
have a
it's
very
been there
good
for 6
use.
months. I've just left it. Someone got stuck in the wall and they tried to glitch over the wall and it's been there for 6 months now.
One thing about dungeons was that
Nice.
many items would be locked, like they would become unusable in dungeons.
I really
So
hope
now
we can get
dungeons
most of the
and
stuff that
their
Dungeons
Yeah,
is gonna
that's another
introduce.
thing
No
that I
way.
think is going to be a big
And you-
issue. Is I from what I can gather, it seems like it's going to be more of a raid boss, or if you've
Yeah, more of a room
played
area.
if you've played Windcraft, you know those mini boss altars that you give items to summon a mini boss. I think it's going to be similar to that, where like you won't be able to break anything in the arena or change any like. Summoning it will like make the arena around like the summoning place. That's
Or it
just
might be a
guess.
pit. You might go
Oh,
into
yeah,
the biome
yeah,
and
it's like
find
a-
a temple and have to
Useful
jump into a room. And in that room, you can't do anything. But the boss. There'll probably be a much easier way.
Mm.
But I do like that they're keeping the party system as another chat system, so you can actually slash party all the time.
Mm.
So you can only chat to those people. You can
Wait,
still do
party system? What do you mean?
Like a part, like hey, I would like to be in a party with up to 4 people, to like.
Yeah, and
Oh,
instead of having
so like
Minecraft chat spam.
dungeons.
Mm.
Like
Instead of
someone
having
like
dungeons a separate room now, dungeons are a biome. So it's technically just dungeons are being renamed as Blight as a full biome that you'll be able to go into that biome to deal with enemies that would have been in the dungeon, and then you'll get to a temple or a structure in that biome that may have a room you have to go into or something you have to enter to attack the boss, and it's repeatable.
Mm.
Yo, Octorok, is this a baobab
What do you mean?
tree? What block is that? I can't tell if it's wisteria or baobab. I think it's baobab. Your big
I
tree
don't
in
know
your
who you
realm.
are.
The big tree in your realm.
Yeah, it's
That has
baobab.
like brilliant.
It's baobab.
Okay.
Will we be able to capture blighted mobs now that
We
they're
don't know.
I think
Since
they'll
we
probably
can capture
definitely
strata
add.
golems, I very much believe so.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna add some sort of like pixie
Mm.
because
as
No
like
way.
a as like a ambience mob.
admin said that
Oh, make you
dungeons
say that.
would be exclusive to dungeons, but now
Yeah,
that
but
they're-
now I think that you will be able to. You'll probably just need weakness 2. Please
Yeah.
do. They need to do that tomorrow. I'm actually gonna remind like them.
Do what
Hey,
tomorrow?
can you please?
What they need to do is make weakness 2 potions obtainable again.
Oh yeah,
Is
that.
the weakness?
Just use shadow armor.
Is the witch? That's so much harder because you have to get hit by them. Witch hut loot.
I mean, it's
table
kind of easy to get hit by
bug
a strata golem.
being fixed tomorrow.
They also could fix the system where it reads like that you have shadow armor on, because I think the hat interferes with that.
I don't
The
think...
cosmetics do.
No,
because
you have to just be in the mode. Like, you just have to be in shadow mode. That's it.
well, yeah, but the thing is, if you have a full set of shadow armor on, sometimes it bugs out and it doesn't register that you do. So then the shadow thing never gets put on. The shadow mode, and it's kind of annoying. Oh, Pingle left. I didn't even know he was on. Well, tell him to join VC.
A very, like, bad take that I heard, but it is kind of funny. It's like, hey guys, so you're not getting dungeons, you're not getting like all of that work you did on badges isn't worth anything, but here is funny rug.
I know.
Like,
Hey,
so,
Kirkap, did you
So,
record
something
the
that a
stage
bunch of
event?
people have been waiting
Yeah.
for. Me just sitting
Can
here like.
you send it to me?
It's like, it's very long. Like, it's a...
That's okay.
I mean,
no,
the
it's,
team did say that there's
I
people
recorded
who
like
grind it
video as
will
well,
get...
so it's megabyte.
Well,
It's
from
like
what,
gigabytes.
what I've been confirmed, so this is what I've been confirmed for talking back to staff. So with the scout system, they're removing the system where you have to do your tasks each day and you have to take up to 3 items to the badger that will be in the forest. There won't be the task system, but we're not losing our streaks, so I won't lose my day 300, and there'll be a ton more stuff added to the badger key.
I think a change that should have been done way earlier was making it so that
And also,
streaks...
there'll be no levels. Instead, items will be stuff will be locked by a progression by streak system. And that's what I'm hearing. That you'll unlock stuff by your streak system.
What?
I doubt that.
You don't
I
lose
don't believe that.
No,
but also I'm hearing you probably want...
The progression
Okay.
is
probably
going to be minimal and locked to the blighted bosses.
Okay, well, Cocap, also I'm hearing we may not lose our streak if we miss a day.
That's a change that should have been there day dot. And I think, and I'm annoyed because it's the sort of thing where if they add rewards, I'm not annoyed because it's good, but like there are you, Cruitrom, and like maybe 5 other people max. How many people have have that like high streak?
I confirmed there are only 4 people that are at 300 days in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't think they should give like a big reward.
I don't think that. Yeah, exactly. Because
that would just be unfair.
It isn't unfair because everyone who's been playing has like had that thing. It's like the whole like hats thing, but
they've had the chance, but
it's the sort of thing where it's
stage event text. Roller said.
I think that the reward. I think that the reward should be like more token than here's a really, really awesome cosmetic that should just be in a cosmetic
I don't want
crate.
that. I don't want something that's going to be unfair on other players because I'm just able to do it every day because of just my situation and
like
I can stream every day because I can.
I think something that would be really cool would be like a furniture or like I don't know, like a golden badger plushie or something like that you get at 100 like max days or whatever, or a year. And it's like, yeah, sure. It's like, hey, do you want to sell this to like someone for like 2 million rubies, or do you want to keep it as like a testament to your achievement? Because I think what would be cool is if it had your name and the date at which you achieved it.
Yeah,
so,
I think that'd be way better as a way to say if you got to 100 days, 200 days, 300 days, have a tier color plushie.
Yeah, have like the badger plushie be like that.
A different color, like and literally
because that is such a long time to like.
Yeah.
You know how much of an inconvenience that is.
Yeah, but a furniture is
news,
like a nice
the news
token.
System will be a lot more easier, from what we've been told.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you know, economy.
Oh, also, if you may have guys, they updated the hub.
Yeah, I was just gonna say the world is frozen.
Yeah. I thought that my internet just died.
Timed
dude,
out.
I just I just got disconnected.
Another
for
really
trying to
important
get into
thing
my realm.
that I know a lot of
Just crashed my
people
game.
would like is, or like the information is, when they update to 1.19, it is 1.19.3. Get all of your mods for 1.19.3, no other version, because that's what you'll be needing.
Yep, and now the add-on mod guys are now freaking out because they've been updating to 1.19.2 this whole time.
Oh,
Yeah,
there is no 1.19.3.
there is.
Though. That's
Yeah, there are some mods
there?
that have not updated to 1.19.3 yet, but the server is updating to 1.19.3.
Not
Not
tomorrow,
1.19.2. We are
but
getting on 1.19.3 in a week's time.
yeah, and it is. I just want to clarify, it isn't tomorrow. It's like in a little bit. It's
Yeah,
like
it'll be with the lunar event on the 22nd.
yeah, probably 22nd,
I ended the
23rd
lunar event
if
the
you're like
22nd for Lunar Day.
22nd American, most likely also. So
Yeah.
if you're Australian, New Zealand, some
Be the
parts of
23rd.
Russia, Asia, stuff like that, you'll be the like 23rd, early on the 23rd.
So, CoCap,
Yeah.
Can I get that recording?
Sure.
You can just grab it from my stream. I'm literally streaming. I'm gonna have it saved as a highlight.
I have a recording as well.
Here, file, sure. Getting it from
I
someone
didn't
else
record
would
because-
probably be better because mine has video as well because I was gonna edit it and upload it, but
That's right.
I didn't
highlight it right
record it
now.
because kind of an hour and 15 minutes of
I'm highlighting it right now.
Okay,
Dr.
good.
Pepper.
Because CoCap, if you want me to provide valuable insight, I need to see the thing.
yeah.
Yo, Flippin, are you making a
Also, Coke, do you know the fun that happened with me with that thing? I got muted 3 times by mistake by moderators.
Oh my god.
This is
Oh
absolute
no,
chaos.
Hey, Octorok. You got muted because you pinged someone.
Oh.
Yeah,
well, no,
I got the
I
same
got
thing.
muted when I didn't ping someone. For ages,
Yeah, I got
couldn't
muted
type.
too.
My text was always
I-
read.
I got muted for trying to ping my friend.
I just
and
like
it was
straight up
funny.
didn't get muted. I don't know why.
You pinged me, but you didn't get muted.
Dr. Pepper.
I still can't join. Can anyone else join?
No,
It says
see,
connecting the
just crash it
server.
fine.
It just says connecting the server and then that's it. Oh, hey, have you guys seen my new skin?
By the way, weakness 2 being fixed or whatever, that's happening in the 1.19 update, unfortunately.
Oh, finally! Holy crap!
Not tomorrow's patch, unfortunately, but I got clarification.
Alright, quick question. Why did they change the server's max slots from 800 to 500? Are they gonna revert that? Or...
Because there was 800 people on at once. That's
Well, yeah, but are they gonna revert it or?
Eventually, probably
the
tomorrow.
server's expanding. If it's going full release, the server slot will be expanding to handle the new players because they will be announcing officially it's full release.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get a lot of new players.
Yeah.
Oh no! Do me tell you a rule right now that you don't know. Full release also is green light for the other content creators to start making content.
I don't think they will though.
Oh, hey guys, look at announcements.
Oh.
The other content creators will finally be allowed to release their content. There's literally other content creators behind the scenes that have not been able to make any videos or stream the server because their player base will kill the server.
Here's
so
the
if
thing,
they're moving
Octorok,
forward with full release,
like
that gives them the green light to start streaming the server. That was always the rule. Wait till full release. And the player they want
but
to expand the server.
the big YouTuber they were counting on recording on their network is actually no longer interested.
Oh no! There are other content creators you guys don't know of that have been kept hidden for ages. There's not just one. There's multiple. Remember, Michael was part of this project. Most people part of the MC Championship know of this project. Most of the staff from MC Island know of this project. This project is known in the Minecraft community. A lot of large content creators I know of it. But the reason they haven't made content is because their player base is way too big and it will literally kill the server.
Or, I don't know. Like, I think it's the sort of thing where Origin Realms has this stage event has cemented Origin Realms in a path that I think has split the community in two. There are people that wanted hardcore PvE challenging dungeon type stuff, and there are people who want building, all that sort of social stuff. And I think that Origin Realms is now moving in a direction of social stuff versus challenging content. And people who have been waiting for challenging content are probably going to leave, despite the fact that I think it was just explained really poorly. Because
there is going to still be challenging content. It's just not going to be, you're not going to be teleported to a dungeon area and have to go for a dungeon.
Oh, no more dungeon soundtracks.
It's going to be a biome. The biomes are going to be challenging. The way
the dungeon.
now, the biomes will be challenging as hell. They've stated there'll be easier and harder biomes. There is still going to be the big boss that from the big dungeon, you know, the one I'm talking about, Cocap. That big boss is still coming. Those enemies are still coming. And instead of we've been locked in a room that we have to go through cutscenes and doorways and wait for cutscenes, we can go straight through the enemy and straight to the boss. But the enemies are still going to be stopping us.
I'm really worried that they're going to make content baby mode easy, and that's like another thing.
No, they don't want to do all baby mode. You're going to need, they were stating in the call, you're going to need the dungeon armor and the gear, well, the relic gear to take on some of these biomes. They're still using all the mechanics of the dungeon. It's just you're not going to be teleported to a dungeon and have to go through cutscene, and that grind over and over again. They're putting it in a new package where it's a full biome, where it's a full expedition with a group of friends or even with multiple people. We could take a whole army to the boss if we wanted to. People are thinking like it's the end of the world, but no, this method is way more better. It is tenfold way more better because it adds way more uniqueness, way more capability, but also just a lot more fun where you don't have to do the grind over and over. Because once you've done the dungeon, all the cutscenes, it would just be repeating. Once you beat it once, you'll know how to beat it over and over again. Where it will just come easy. Well, the blight biomes, with it being a biome, the mobs could spawn anywhere. They could add different creatures and stuff to the biomes that you've got to watch out for. You know, they could, like the stratagon that pops out of the ground, they could do a plant that pops out of the ground that may look like a normal plant, but then next one it turns into a creature that you've got to avoid.
Creature, like Crash Grim Reaper.
I was waiting for someone to
they were
say that.
limited to the structure. Now with a biome, they could really make some unique things that do have a challenge. If you're not paying attention or watching out to where you are, you could die really quickly.
Fuck that shit.
Oh no!
What the hell is that?
They could do stuff like that. So people are thinking dungeons the end of the world. Yeah. No, it's not. What they're doing now.
That's why you don't click on links that friends send you whilst you're streaming.
Done. This is way better than anything than a dungeon. This is going to literally, if you are not going to watch yourself and you're thinking it's going to be a free ride, kill, yay, dead, it's bosses. The Wither's hard when you first take it on. You learn its capabilities. But the dungeon bosses that they are going to re-implement, they are unique to what they are. The big bad boss that Cocap knows what I'm talking about. I can't wait to see what they do with these blight biomes with it.
You know what I gotta say to that?
What they should do is make the Wither the Bedrock Wither, and then boom.
No, please not.
It's the Bedrock Wither is like so much harder.
It's because it's Bedrock. What do you expect?
Yeah. Well, it just has like more health. It's built, and the explosions do more.
But doesn't
damage.
the Bedrock Wither have more hearts than like the Warden?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the bosses they were working on, I can't say technically what they are because they'll be leaking because they are going to reuse them. But they're not like normal bosses. They have actual strategy, actual animations, actual different attack abilities, and so forth. They're not like normal bosses. They actually are quite flushed out. It was just
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, bro.
I understand why people might be annoyed that dungeons are gone and but the thing is, it was going to be a grind fest. Once you do the dungeons, you're going to get bored after so many times. The way by doing the biomes, they have freedom now to really make something that has never really been done before, where they could make different versions of the structures into different blight biomes. You will know once you enter that area that if you're not prepared, you better back out because you're going to die really quickly.
Oh, real.
So it's going to be neat to see what they do.
I mean, before they can do any of that, they kind of need to let the server be accessible to the public.
Yeah.
Would be
Well,
fine.
what do you mean
Who wanted
public? It is a public server.
the highlight? I just highlighted it.
No one can hop on.
Oh yeah, you mean like that? Yeah.
Yeah, like the funny little thing that's currently happening.
Who wanted the video of the talk? I just highlighted it from the stream.
The talk?
They left already.
Oh,
They
the stage.
found it and left.
Well, it's highlighted on my stream.
Embed fail.
CoCap, I'll be over in the content channel.
Cool. Okay.
If you want to hang out and talk a bit more.
Okay. All good.
Bro. Rip.
Dr. Pepper.
For real.
Love that video.
Bad drink.
Yeah. It is a bad drink, but I still love that video. Man. Here. Me when I lose a video game. Throws the laptop off. Dr. Pepper. And he pours it on.
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Yo, you guys aren't in the game right now?
I am. Oh, no, I'm not, actually.
Wait, really?
Yeah, server issues.
Look at my stream. Are you sure you guys aren't in?
Yeah.
You're in your private server, guys. Or you're streaming Blockbench right now. But yeah.
I'm not. What are you talking about?
No way.
Bro.
5 pixels by 5 pixels resolution. My favorite.
Wait, you guys aren't in the server
You're
right now?
I literally, even if I wanted to be in, I couldn't see what was going on. There's like
You guys aren't in the game right now? That's kind of weird.
Your stream is like
There's
10
7
FPS
total
and like
pixels.
550p.
Please, sir.
Yo, I think I got a
It's still
pirated
in
version of Working
Halloween.
Realms, bro.
It's still Halloween
I
spot.
can't. What do you mean? I changed my date and time. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That tree. I don't mind that. Yeah. Yeah. Don't mind that right there. Don't worry about
Oh wait, what?
that. Don't not worry about that.
Oh no way.
Don't
Nothing good on there. Nothing
don't
good.
you worry about that.
Wait, Chasm, there's no way. Did
Don't
you?
worry about that. Don't you worry about that.
Chasm, what? Did you get this? Did you? What?
Ignore
Was
it.
that on the
ignore
auction house that you took the NPT data from? Like, was there a wisteria pot on the auction house for 25 rubies? And you just took the NPT data from it? Or was...
Okay. This is probably going to be it for the stream. I've been live for almost 3 hours, and like, I don't know, there's not really else much to say. It's, look, final takes, final thoughts. It sucks, but I also get it. It was a necessary evil for the entirety of the Origin Realms project that they cancelled dungeons, at least in the state that they were being made, because the team was getting burnt out from it. When you have one animator, like maybe 2 texture artists, like technically 2 builders, and like 2 like when you have a team as small as they are, making dungeons in the way that they were making them just isn't feasible. So I get it. it sucks because dungeons were what I was looking for, and the whole fluff content or whatever that they're getting rid of is like the stuff that I was really looking forward to. Like cutscenes in Minecraft, just cutscenes in general. I love that. I love that stuff because it's like a movie in a video game, and it's like getting an artist's vision of a story, and I just love that sort of stuff. I could go on for ages and ages how much I love cutscenes. And from what I had seen and heard and whatever, the cutscenes on Origin Realms are going to be really good. But end of the day, something is always better than nothing, and the project being shut down is worse than canceling dungeons. So I get it. I think a lot of it is like a lot of what's happening right now is the 5 stages of grief. And I know that that might sound silly to some people to say over a Minecraft server, a update for a Minecraft server, but you know, a lot of people have put a lot of money and time into Origin Realms because of looking forward to dungeons. And because of this whole announcement, that's not going to be happening. So, you know, it sucks. It was a necessary evil, and I wish it had have happened earlier, but I truly do understand it. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. I do really appreciate you all being here. This stream was quite successful, and it does mean a lot. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I've been CoCap. This has been Origin Realms, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.